Back everyone, welcome back to the grand finals, those grand finales here of the RSL Rival StarCraft League Season 3 Playoffs Day number 4. I do apologize for the extended break. There were some people that caught on in the chat, but the main stream went down. The main stream did go down, so there were some delays when it comes to bringing the stream back up and making sure that the internet issues were non-existent anymore. So again, a bit of an extended delay here, but regardless, we are back. The main stream is back, and we are able to jump into our fresh best of 7. Here we go, and this is going to be a rematch. Again, Maru, he was able to fight his way through from the lower bracket finals over Shin, and now he's up against herO for that rematch. For those who were here yesterday, herO and Maru, they faced off in the upper bracket finals, and they went the distance. It was very intense, very back and forth, a very high octane series between herO and Maru, but did barely go in favor of herO. I would say that herO, he was favored coming into it, but it was still a very close series, and Maru impressed. I will say that Maru, he was looking very, very impressive, and I can very easily see him claiming the series instead. Honestly, this could go either way. This could go either way here. Maru and herO, they are the best Terran and Protoss player in Korea. They are the best. Don't get better than herO and Maru. You can make an argument for Classic in certain scenarios, in certain kind of instances. I would agree with that. That Classic has a better late game, for example, than herO, but herO thrives in the early to mid game, and we have seen him do so even against Maru. So we'll see how this story ends. We'll see if herO can once again go for another win back-to-back, or if Maru can get his revenge. We're here to find out as videos are underway, and we will soon be getting into that final series. Also, again, if you want to support the RSL, you can do so via Patreon, !RSL in the chat. You'll get a link to their Patreon page to support the event. Likewise, there is going to be an offline finals halfway through December. December 13th and 14th, there's going to be an offline event happening in Korea, organized and brought together by those working on the RSL. It's going to be a 2-day event. There's going to be an offline qualifier in day 1, and then day 2 will be the main event itself. 4-player invitational. Oh boy, or 4-player bracket, I should say. Featuring players that have exceeded and have excelled in the RSL, and also joined by whoever makes it through that qualifier, which I believe is the reason why Rainer is in Korea right now, so he can be a part of that offline qualifier. So Rainer, he most likely will be competing in the RSL offline event alongside all the other Koreans, of course, as well, and any other foreigners that decide to travel, which I think I've heard rumors that Clem is also in Korea. I haven't confirmed that myself, so I can't say with any certainty whether or not he is or isn't, but I know that Rainer is. I know that Rainer's in Korea, and again, he'll be able to compete in the RSL, as they're kind of getting into that here with the pricing of the tickets. Oh. Hey.
Eventually not have any spots left, so if you're gonna come out here in December and see our offline event, be sure to get these now.
Yeah, make sure you come out. If you're coming to Seoul, Korea, it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have the players live in the studio, we're gonna have the casters, they're gonna have a live audience. It's gonna be everything that you hope for an offline finals, December 13th and 14th. On the 13th, it's gonna be a single elimination.
I just realized that currently the players that are going to be competing in RSL are going to be Classic and Zaun, because they're making it through Season 1 and Season 2. It would be a shame if it's pure Protoss in the offline event. If it's Classic, Zaun, herO, and then like Nightmare or someone else makes it through the qualifier. It's very Protoss heavy, very, very Protoss heavy. So I hope we get. I hope, you know what? Because of that, I'm cheering for Maru. I want to see a little bit of diversity in the offline event. I would love to see Maru take place in that, but we'll see. As here comes a head-to-head. A shout out to the arts being used here to make herO and Maru. They have a interesting graphic here showcasing a comparison of them, their age, their teams, their earnings as well.
Obviously very high for one of the best Terran players of all time, and constantly just one of the best Terran players in the world. But here in the RSL, I mean, my goodness, he's just been destroying everybody. herO's the only person who had a chance of stopping him, and it went all the way down to
RSL back. Yeah,
and so this should be a fun one.
Hashtag end Protoss hate. I mean, it would be nice if it wasn't pure PvP at the end of the year. Would be nice.
He's got a very inventive style. He does seem to struggle if the game goes long versus Maru. So I think if herO wins this, it'll be a shorter finals. If Maru takes it, it should be a longer series.
Yeah, herO definitely has been favoring a lot of aggression in the PvT matchup. He likes to go for a very fast expand style where he takes a lot of bases and then plays with typically a low-tech army and just tries to destroy the Terran with sheer numbers. You try to overwhelm, you try and break particularly the 3rd and the 4th base of Maru, and the best of 7 series they played yesterday, honestly, who won and who lost was largely determined by whether or not herO could make any headway with those kind of pushes.
Yeah, you know, he's trying to get in there
Kind
and
of.
basically cripple the Terran and then finish them off
Now,
with some kind of a kill.
if you weren't here yesterday, there's a lot to get into, and I do highly recommend checking out the VODs for the upper bracket finals. But very often we actually were in situations where herO was actually in a better position, where herO was in a commanding position, was knocking down the 4th base, the 5th base, was getting a lot of damage done. But herO was often overextending. We saw a lot of moments where he overextended, where he just pushed in a little bit too far, took a bad fight, and things snowballed from there, and he would lose the momentum that he had accumulated. Likewise, he had a really hard time taking and transitioning. There was a game, for example, in Celestial Enclave where herO did go into Tempest production, but once again, he was a little bit too assertive. He took a bad fight early on. He was a little bit too far out in the open, and then he lost control of the center of the map. He lost control of the Tempest early on as well. So herO has had a bit of a hard time really understanding or really getting a read on when Maru is vulnerable and when to and when not to push in. But for now, we're jumping into game 1. We're jumping into the grand finals. Let's go. Take it away, Pap. Take it away.
This is best of 7. There is a reset where it goes to a best of 3.
Yeah, this is a double elimination playoff bracket, so
True.
every player at the start of the bracket has 2 lives. So far, herO has lost 0 lives. Maru has lost 1 from that best of 7, where herO was able to defeat him 4-3. And so Maru, if he wants to win this entire tournament, he has to knock herO out in this best of 7, and then we're going to a best of 3 to decide everything.
Yeah. Now, if herO just...
Yeah, they're just explaining the format here. Just to reiterate that, this is a double elimination bracket, so Maru has to win 2 series, herO has to win 1. That's kind of like an easier way to kind of think about it. Because herO is coming in for the upper bracket, he has an extra life, Maru does not. If you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our opener here. Bottom left, we have herO. Top right, we have Maru for Team Vitality.
Interesting build we have coming in from both players so far.
As Maru, he opens up 2
On this
rank
side of the
Reaper.
map, going for a no-scout double gas opening. So he's going to be tacking up very rapidly here. And Maru also is going for an in-base second barracks.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. He actually measured that area with a gateway. I was like, he's going to go double gate? Like, what are we talking about? Okay, so it's going to be a Reaper opening here. That is a trick some people don't know about. Sometimes you can measure if you can put a building there by taking a cheaper building and kind of laying it out.
I do that with a simulator. It only costs 75. You can bring up the wireframe on it,
Oh,
or
yeah,
the whatever you call it, a little hologram before you place a
it's
structure.
Outline.
Right?
It's like a hologram. Or,
Yeah.
So, you know, in this game, Maru's going to be aggressive immediately here. And he's going for 2 Reapers. Now, it's funny because he didn't, like, proxy these. So this is, you know, maybe...
Yeah, so what they're getting at here, this is an aggressive build. This is not as committed as Proxy 2X. True. It's not as committed. It is a way to get momentum early on. herO is going for a Twilight Council before expansion. Jesus.
I think the Protoss can just hard adjust.
Hyper aggression out of both players.
Maru is banking Reapers. I wonder if he's going to come out with the second one. Oh, he actually is going to come out with it right away. Because I saw the factory go down, and I was thinking, in this situation, maybe Maru is going to pull a couple of Reapers early.
Maru's going for a 2-1. No CC. Maru is hyper aggressive, hyper committed, I should say. He's not expanding.
But no, he's just going to be scouting around with these Reapers. Now, the 2 on the map will come back to try and defend against this 1 Zealot coming out from herO.
So Maru's build is looking more and more like a 1 base all-in. So 1 base all-in out of Maru. herO going into 1 base DT. He's crazy.
Because herO knows those Reapers, they take a long time to build. It has to be 2 barracks. And look at that.
So cool. It's going to be a Dark Shrine. What a weird looking game.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, this is really exciting. So he is almost...
He's buying time. If herO can deny the scout, he can just win the game with the Invisible Man. He can just win the game with DTs.
One thing we got to point out is that, like, if you don't know the DTs are coming, this could really surprise you because, oh my god. He's still... you know what? It's funny.
Yeah, it looks like they just realized the castles, I mean. But yes, this is a 1 base all-in out of Maru. So 1 base all-in, which means he has even less scans.
So I think this is going to go really well for herO.
Yeah, I think it should.
I think, and I could be wrong. This is like an interaction I haven't really seen before.
Maru's done 1 base builds like this in the RSL already in TvP. He gets very aggressive, but he never gets tech lab for Ravens on that starport. At least he hasn't thus far in RSL Season 3. And so
obviously, if you're on 1 command center, that's only 1 scan, right? So that's really not a lot at all. Like two DTs can ruin your day here. So this seems like a very calculated adjustment
Well,
against you know, kind of unusual build.
I should emphasize this as well. herO is blindly going. He blindly went Twilight Council first before expanding. herO doesn't know this is a one base all in. He was denied the scout, so herO is blindly going into DTs. Maru is blindly going for a one base all in, and blindly like herO, he's like hard countering almost. Like again, scans are very limited. There's our scan.
Now one DT is revealed, the other just waiting right outside that scan.
And the longer this goes on, the better it is. I'm loving the add-on swap into Raven production. Raven's on the way.
So he's actually going to swap the factory and the starport right now to begin the Raven. But this DT should be able to get one of these depots down at least. SCVs are going to have to be pulled here for repair. And at the very minimum, herO is buying himself a ton of time.
He is
on 2 bases right now.
Here we go. Shield battery's on the way. Robo's on the way. Immortal production's on the way. The longer this game goes on, the better it is for herO.
Very long way in defending the one base push Maru's trying to execute.
A couple other thoughts here too. First of all, you could counterattack with DTs. Then it's no longer about the Raven just seeing you. But I think the idea here is pretty perfect. Is he's going to get more gateways, get immortals, and just have charge lots and try to overwhelm this.
All right, DT does get spotted there by the Raven, so now Maru can finally get out onto the map. And herO, he's got Blink done already. He is researching charge as well. So with these 4 stalkers, he's going to try and kite to the best of his ability to slow the push of Maru. Because
here come the boys again. It's all or nothing.
A lot of time. This push has a lot of
It's all or nothing.
SCV's also joining the front lines.
Okay, so he's going to be coming down here. If Maru does not pull this off, it's likely the game ends. There's not really a plan B here. I mean, this is a crazy one base play. He is patiently making sure that the tanks can lead enough.
Also, State said that Blink was done. I don't think Blink is done. I think he's going DT into charge, right? Gets one tank. Nice pickup. Yeah, there's no Blink.
And that Archon getting basically no damage in. Sentry is going to be warped in right now.
Okay, boys are being pulled. SCV is going to be going down. There's 3 shielders behind this. The boys are being pulled.
Going to be pulled here from the natural
expansion. The probes.
Trying to stutter step forward, but the
nice target firing.
focus fire that down. Stalkers are getting targeted as well.
Yeah, no immortal.
Those siege tanks. A lot of the Marine count has been thinned, but at the cost of
He's done
20
it.
probes and almost the entire.
Yeah, Maru, he does it. He breaks through that front line. Again, we saw that herO, he was not able to get into the tanks. His immortal was trapped. He's trying to go in, but he doesn't have enough. Yeah, not enough here.
I think he just did it. I think he just won game 1.
That's incredible.
This is insane.
herO went for the DTs. They bought him so much time. He was macroing on these 2 bases, but perhaps he didn't quite respect the threat of the one base push coming in from Maru, because Maru is now in the main base here of herO. The entire main mineral line is pulled, and Maru is taking game number 1 on Evil Heart. I really thought herO was going to win that game.
Yeah, no, I was looking at that and I'm like, well, he's done everything perfectly. You know, usually with an attack like that, all you got to do is stop him or slow him down a little bit, and by then you've bought enough time. I do think what herO could have done is he could have had another DT to try to counterattack, because that would force the Raven back. Or maybe actually have 2 DTs, but you get what I'm saying.
That would not. So when it comes to the game itself, GG well played. Again, I agree with the sentiment that herO did everything correctly. Like herO, he was blindly going into DTs, but it did buy a lot of time. He was even able to morph in an Archon as well. He was kiting back, he was delaying the push, but once again, I need to emphasize the power of Evil Heart. This is a very small map, shorter rush distance by ground. You have less time to react, less time to respond, and we saw that herO, unfortunately, he was unable to get on top of these immortals. We saw on top of the tanks. The immortal was stuck on the main army. He couldn't quite break through. Really nice target firing out of Maru, and you could argue that maybe herO was a little bit too premature. He was waiting for charge, waiting for zealot warp-ins, and if herO was maybe a little bit more patient, if he had maybe pulled back, been a little bit more conservative with his engage, then he would have bought enough time for zealots and bought enough time for a stronger defense. But he pushed in a little bit earlier instead, and GG. GG well played. Lost the immortal, lost the game. But a very intense game, and I would say not to read too much into game 1, because Evil Heart is the most aggressive map in the map pool. We don't really expect to see that kind of game again in this series. Now we can load into a much larger map instead. Let's go. Let's go.
Sorry, I thought for a second he was going to send the SCV out to make barracks is here. Let's see if he does that one base play again. I mean, the fact that herO had a really novel answer to that, and like the first half of it worked, and the rush still worked for Maru. I feel like it's very, very tempting to try to do that again.
Yeah, but Celestial Enclave, I feel like, is not the map that we will see a siege tank push like that again in this series.
I'm glad that State spoke up. I was about to push back against what Tasteless just said. Thankfully, State is bringing it up as well. Tasteless was posing the idea of like, yo, if that build worked once, you can do it again. not on this map. Celestial Enclave is a very large map, longer rush distance by ground, more defensive map as well. We expect to see a longer game, maybe even a greedier game here from our two players. So we expect to see something very different here because of the map, because of our tendencies. If you remember, the last time we spawned in on Celestial Enclave yesterday, herO was in a commanding position. He went for Blinkstalker aggression. He was picking Maru apart. He was killing SCVs. He was struggling to defend on 3 bases, and eventually Maru stabilized. How did Maru stabilize? herO overextended into the natural, and he lost, was it like 10 stalkers? Like herO here, this natural here, herO here overextended. He pushed into 3 tanks. He lost everything. He lost control, and then Maru was able to stabilize and then get a 4th base. So we'll see if if he's a little bit more tempered this time when it comes to his approach. But I do favor herO when it comes to gaining map control on Celestial Enclave. We'll see though.
Usually just into a couple of Colossus. He doesn't go into Tempest very quickly or Carrier.
But we're expecting like mid game play here.
It's more
maybe even late game.
He has a ton of Zealots, a ton of Stalkers, but frankly, it's just a ton of Zealots. Sometimes he'll play on 3 gases for the longest time and just try and barrel down the Terran's defenses. And that doesn't scale very well into the late game. It doesn't matter if you have incredible economic...
Trying to go down around versus 3 tanks seems brutal. Yeah, I think the correct call in game 1 is to wait for charge. Wait for a Zealot warp in to deal with that.
herO, I think he's... In some ways, he's one of my favorite players to cast, especially with, SOS. I guess he's back now, but he hasn't been as active, right? But he just has a very interesting way of approaching matchups where he kind of sees these holes in the opponent's play that a lot of other people don't see, and he seems to be very good at exploiting that. So in this game, it's going to be a Stargate, and like we were saying earlier, this is probably going to be a slower game just due to the map. I think if Maru brings out his 1-base play, it'll probably be...
Maintain we need on stream, Cass is disagreeing with Lad, disagreeing with Stateless. If you recall, State was disagreeing with Tasteless, and I was agreeing with State. If you were listening, but sure.
I'm trying to think back to the games I saw from
Stargate opener though, okay.
And I can't remember a lot of Phoenix play in that series, and herO, even though he won that
very
best
old
of
school.
7, it didn't feel like it was going to happen. Maru went up 3-1, and the wins that Maru had, they felt very convincing, but the wins that herO had, a lot of the time, it was like he was just barely edging Maru out over the course of the series, right? We had maybe 1 game.
If you're watching last night, Maru's wins, I would not say were convincing. A lot of them were comebacks. A lot of them were Maru recovering from a really rough position, which is what made Maru's play more impressive, right? It was more impressive because Maru, he was clawing his way back in from a deficit, which was crazy. That was the game set on Tokamak and on Celestial Enclave as well. But talking about the builds themselves here, herO going into Stargate into Phoenixes is very risky. We spoke about this yesterday, I want to say, in a different matchup. But going for Stargate openers does leave you vulnerable to all-ins. But remember what we spoke about. Celestial Enclave is not known for all-ins. It's a larger map. There's a higher chance that Maru is going to be playing more macro-oriented. So herO has a higher chance of getting away with Phoenixes and getting away with Stargate play instead. Which again does leave you vulnerable early on. But once you can build up towards the mid game, you can gain map control and contain the Terran.
This could be ideally to punish a Widowmine drop.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's happening right now. Actually, it's Hellions coming through. Hellion, Marine, and 2 Widowmines.
Does lift in time. Very nice.
This is like a Beyond drop right here. And the Phoenix are just able to dispatch this so easily.
Variety pack drop.
Yeah.
So that is I really like that. I mean, he's killed off 3 probes. Meanwhile, the medevac and all the units were killed. So that's a really good start, and I like what herO's doing here, and now he can really press Maru back at home. Now, Maru is making a 3rd command center. He didn't make it on spot at the little pocket base, but this is going to be a little bit more damage here for herO as well. So, I mean, this is a great start for him.
Oh, he's able to even find the Raven right now, so Auditor's going to have to get
nice pick up, very nice knife.
Take that thing down, so a lot of value being found by these early Phoenix, and against the more control style of Maru, where Maru's just trying to secure 3 or 4 bases and slowly build up and then encroach on the herO side of the map, I do like this Phoenix build order selection coming in game number 2, because Maru in most of these macro games, he's still going for some kind of finesse play early on to do economic damage versus herO, whether it be Hellions and Reapers, or a Widowmine drop, or some kind of Cyclone Marine push. And so in this case, herO is able to basically just stop that in the tracks. He parries it with the Phoenix. He didn't reveal them until the drop came in. And then the follow-up is him adding on even more Phoenix. He's up to 6, 7, maybe even 8 right now. It's a pretty significant number, and he can pick off SCVs. He can force a big response from his opponent. while getting a lot of scouting information and expanding on his side of the map.
Nice. He actually snipes one of those Phoenixes, dropping the number.
So winding it back here, I mean, just touching once again on how important it is that herO was able to hide this build and hide it quite well. So he hid the Phoenixes, he shut down the drop play. Now herO has successfully gained map control, and now Maru's contained. Now Maru's contained, and now herO can be greedy. Now I was expecting Phoenix into Colossus. It looks like we're seeing Phoenix into Storm. I also have the Temple Archives on the way, charge +1, and herO, he should be able to mass expand and keep Maru pinned on 2 and then 3 bases. I don't think that herO can stop Maru from taking a third, but he can at least, you know, give him a hard time and pick off whatever he can. And herO should be safe.
Seeing the way that herO has played this thus far, he's very aggressive, and Storm in the current iteration of StarCraft 2, it's a much better defensive and zoning tool than it is aggressive, partly because the duration lasts so long. If you use it aggressively, your Zealots are also going to be charging through it. It lasts a very long time.
It's a big gateway explosion.
And so he's morphing the first couple of Archons right now. Immortal's getting started. He's still expanding behind this, but I like the way you phrased it. This is a build order by herO that is designed to destroy Maru if he gets overambitious and takes a forward command center, but Maru is not doing that. He's taking the pocket base first.
So this is a really smart move, and it just kind of highlights Maru's big decision making and how solid he is. He's not going to put this game in a position where he could be vulnerable. He knows basically his opening strat blew up in his face. herO kind of blind countered it perfectly. But yeah,
they're talking about how it's a really smart move for Maru. What they're referring to is the pocket base that he's taking. I would say that he's forced into it. Like, he's forced to expand here. He's forced to be more defensive. He's forced to turtle up. herO has to be careful. I'm a little bit afraid that he's getting War Prism, that herO's going to commit up this ramp. Mind shots weren't quite go off, but you can see that Maru, he's turtling very hard on top of the ramp. And we have seen herO overextend into Maru before. We don't need to push in. We can just chill, expand, tech up, work towards a fleet beacon, work towards a Stargate, get more forges, like just get further ahead. We don't have to push in, and hopefully herO doesn't try to break the ramp.
But that is definitely a position that will be siegeable by herO.
Yeah, so Psystorm's about to finish. Remember, if you just are only tuning in for the finals, don't forget there was a major patch change in Psystorm last.
I would hope that herO is waiting for Maru to move down to low ground. Like, that's okay. Like, if Maru moves down to low ground and exposes himself, then herO can pounce in. But hopefully herO doesn't get too excited.
Where before, you know, the damage was basically unavoidable.
Yeah, the DPS is a lot lower. If you stand in it, it does more damage than it did initially, but you're never
he's going for the drop.
Like Maru eat the
herO, I mean, he's going for the prism into the pocket.
It's much better as zoning tool. It's like an area that Terran does not want to.
Sorry, that's the High Templar.
So
it's warping in.
Similar to the way you would use a force field if you're pushing into a position where Maru's not going to want to put his army there, and that might mean that herO can get a better concave, say, if he's pushing into an expansion by limiting the surface area that Maru has to work with.
Nice pickup.
What a cool move coming in, picking off basically every single one of these Widow Mines. One will survive, and herO's actually
herO's gonna commit. He's going for it. The massive storms.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I was about to say, like, there's almost no way that you could force this, right? But apparently you can. Now he's got to kind of pull through
oh jeez, the storm got so much damage.
Oh my god.
I can't believe this worked. herO just completely destroyed the defensive position of
God, the
Maru
storm, it's getting more damage.
We thought the natural expansion was safe. We thought it was going to be the fourth that was the point of contention.
Literally our whole lead up was like, well, he can't be killed with this, and he just like ripped Maru's face off.
I can't believe it.
That was insane. That was maybe one of the best attack-ins I've ever seen.
It must have been so unexpected, too.
Yeah.
I mean, we can see everything.
No,
we see herO posturing in front, and we still don't think he's going to push in. There's no way that Maru thinks he's going to push in.
Yeah, no, when we saw the RB,
now he's taking up.
Basically make it hard to land the command center. Then he's like,
but yeah, I'm just echoing what they're saying. Like, I'm like, oh, herO does not need to push up the ramp, but he did, and the storms got so much damage. The value of the storms on the Marines, the value of the storms on the SCVs as well. herO traded so well, where at this point, if herO wanted to, he could just keep aping in. He can just keep aping in up the ramp into the natural and just keep punishing Maru. Behind this, thankfully, herO's teching. What do we see? +1 air attack. Stargate, Fleet Beacon, Tempest, Skytoss. herO is getting further ahead. He can do whatever he wants here. He can either keep going aggressive and keep pushing into the natural or tech up. And herO, he's being reasonable. He's taking up.
But herO's on so many bases. Almost flew the War Prism into the wrong spot there. The Vikings going to try to chase that down. I don't think that War Prism can merge up with the rest of the army.
Nah, it's just going to fly away. And here, no way. Are you actually pushing it again? He is. All right, here we go. There's a storm from the
He's going for another push.
Actually, that's going to be zoning this area away.
With what, 5 high tempo behind this? The storms, they zoned away once again. Oh my god, the storms are crazy.
Into Maru's natural expansion work. This time, despite going for the 3 Stargate transition behind it. I think Maru is very close to stabilizing here, but we still have 3. What? Make that 4 Archons.
Close to stabilize? He also has 23 SCVs, Pappy. GG.
Wow.
herO. That was so good.
Talk about killer instinct. Who looks at that natural expansion of Maru and says, you know what, I bet I can break this?
I mean, it was...
he did the same thing last night, and he did not break him. to be fair, to their kind of like
simply because
thought process going into that. But GG well played. Again, it was a really ballsy move for herO to push up that ramp. He didn't need to. He was in a good position. He was denying the drops. He was killing SCVs. His Phoenix was doing a lot of damage as well. But herO, he saw an opening. He saw an opportunity. He was able to lift up all those Widow Mines, and the storms were crazy from herO. This is where I would say the SimCity was actually working against Maru. He had some really nice SimCity when it came to his depots and his CCs and his ability to kind of choke up the Zealots and cause a defense, but that also meant that his army was choked up for the storms, right? Like the SimCity was working against Maru there, his army was very, very clumped, and the storms were crazy for herO. GG. GG.
Isn't very good for pushing. I mean, obviously it's still a useful tool, but it's not the same as the storm that got all the DPS out in just a couple of seconds previously. It lasts longer, but the DPS is lower, you know? And despite that, herO still pushes in with everything and just makes it work. I mean, that was awesome.
Really beautiful to see. Guys, consider joining us at patreon.com/ReviveSC2. We would not be able to put on this production without your support. We've got many different tiers. Any of them that you can sign up for, we will love you forever. And if you don't, you're not in a position.
Otherwise, for now, break. So we're tied up 1-1. We're tied up 1-1 here, and we're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we will have the remainder of the series. See you soon. See you soon after the break. See you soon.
Folks, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, this best of 7 ready to go into game number 2.
And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. We are mid-series here with Maru versus herO with the grand finals of the RSL Season 3 2025 playoffs. This is it. We're here to crown our champion, and so far we have a back and forth. We see herO being very decisive, very aggressive here in game number 2. I say that. I should also emphasize very cheeky. How did game 2 begin? With a Phoenix opener, with a hidden Stargate, where he was banking up his Phoenixes. As a result, herO had a lead. He was able to shut down the drop play, shut down the attempted aggression, contain Maru, even picking up SCVs, and have a very strong start to game number 2. It eventually culminated, it was pointed out in the chat, eventually culminated to even using those Phoenixes to pick off all the Widow Mines, right? In the beginning of that final engagement to actually break the natural as well. So again, that Stargate opener did pay off dividends there, did pay off so well for herO coming into game number 2, giving him that comfortable start and that lead early on. That snowballed out of control. We saw that herO was still taking up, he was still getting a 4th base and still taking up into Tempest and into Skytoss, but he did not need it as he was able to break Maru early instead. And now we have that back and forth. We have Maru popping off with the 1 base all in game 1. We have herO popping off in the mid game in game 2, and now we're jumping to game number 3. Let's go.
It's immaculate, some of the builds that he does. And then herO is just this agent of chaos and destruction. And the dichotomy of those two things makes it so interesting. Especially when you have games like we just saw in game number 2, where Maru's developing up, he's trying to build up this big economic base where he can expand and take a 4th and play the long macro game, and herO just goes guns blazing into the natural expansion. I mean, how often do you see engagements like that? Basically never, but in a series between herO and Maru, that's almost what you expect.
Yeah, that fight in that last game was just absolutely ridiculous. Getting the lifts on the mines and then just full sending with the drop with the storms and everything.
Yeah,
it just
it's crazy.
Pure. You did one of those fights that you never expect herO to take, and then it just wins the game, and you're just like, well, okay, I guess I don't understand StarCraft anymore. Like, herO's the guy that makes you question everything you know about this game, and he is for sure Going to be doing something maybe a little cheeky. This one too. Never mind. I thought that was an extra probe going out on the map, but it looks like he's just going to expand like normal.
Yeah, so now we're settling into game number 3. Welcome to Magnatha. Magnatha is a very large map in the map pool. It's a large map, but it's also a very open map as well. If you remember, we did discuss this in the previous series between herO and Maru, where we were comparing this map to Tokamak, we were comparing it to Celestial Enclave, where here on Magnatha, it can be a little bit deceiving. But the map is big, it's large, there are a lot of bases, but because you're so spread out, and because of the area in between the third, the natural, and the fourth base, it can be difficult to defend. And if you remember, if you were here last night, Maru did struggle. He did struggle to defend and to turtle up back at home. It is so much easier to do so on Tokamak, so much easier to do so on Celestial Enclave. But here, the third and fourth base are more open, so you have to invest more into SimCity, into defending them, and the area in between all those bases, that crossroads area, is just so exposed as well. And herO was able to abuse that against Maru and win the game in the end. So we'll see how Maru will adjust in the rematch.
Now he's just going to be sitting back at home for now. I'm surprised that he's going to whip out that Stargate at all, even in the one base or in his main base, because it's not something we see as much anymore. It's mostly always going to be that Twilight for blink or charge.
That's why I was hidden.
It was really cool to see herO add in the Stargate in the previous game. This time it will be the Twilight Council coming in for herO. He's going to go for the more tried and true defense. And
quickly touching what they just said, we should not expect to see Stargate play often in this series. We might see it one more time later on, but it's very unorthodox, it's very uncommon, it is not meta. Just because you do leave yourself very vulnerable.
He's playing this incredibly economic focus, but typically low-tech style.
I would say it's safer to go Stargate on some of these larger maps like Tokamak, like Celestial Enclave.
For now, he's going to still be going for the Hellion to make sure that he can at least get some scouting information, potentially drop it somewhere if he wants.
Meanwhile, Maru, he went for an economic opener, went for a Rax expand into a delayed factory. Meanwhile, herO opening up Blink.
With the Reaper a little bit, try to see if you can get into the natural or a little bit further away. herO trying to zone them out, unfortunately won't be able to do so, but it does get a lot of damage onto the Hellion, which actually is nice. As the third Stalker, he's making a lot of Stalkers this early game. It's not normal that you go for so many. Usually it's like a 2 Adept Stalker or something like that, but this time it's a 3 Stalker opener. So he will be able to zone these units out for now, but the Reaper does find its way over unless the Stalker can meet it before it gets into the natural. Looks like, yeah, he will. So great scout denial from herO with this Reaper and Hellion.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, good job denying the scouting information there from Maru.
So that's, I believe that's 3-gate Blink into a third base before the Robo, so very greedy build here by herO, and Maru confirms.
So many Stalkers come out of that gateway so quickly. How often do you see 3 Stalkers like this? Basically never. And behind it, we also had a Sentry that came. So Hallucination Scout going to be a possibility here for herO in a moment as he's still trying to chase down this one Reaper. Simultaneously, Maru is going for a double medevac drop. Unfortunately for herO, the Stalker is just a couple pixels away.
Doesn't have the Zelnaga.
From controlling that Zelnaga watchtower. So he did miss the drop coming in. But I'm not sure how much Maru is going to be able to get done.
Yeah, where the rest of the Stalkers positioned, I think he's actually got a good amount of them still in the natural.
Yeah,
so
what's the main base looking like? They have 2 Stokes in the main.
Well, so it's not like
Drop comes in.
Out of position.
The right shot! No! He's next!
He doesn't get it in time.
Oh
and
my god.
Unfortunately, Maru doesn't actually get the click quite early enough onto those probes, so
calm down.
Will be able to get away. Only losing 2. Maru loses everything, including
he lost the Stalker as well.
Losing the medevac as well makes this much better for herO. He doesn't have to worry about a Widowmine, you know, getting stuck in there in the corner, and you have to worry about it later. So very nice hold from herO.
Yeah, that could have been so bad for herO.
That was almost disastrous. But as I mentioning, nice defense by herO. He did lose a Stalker, which is brutal to lose a Stalker alongside 2 workers. But for the most part, he holds on. And remember, herO, he went for a greedier build. He did go for a faster 3rd expansion, and so far he's getting away with it. Maru is fully aware, and we'll see if Maru throws down 2 more Raxes.
Into that early push, it seems like instead he just wants to control this area right outside his natural expansion.
Funny little blink, trying to get that medevac and just ran into a...
Oh, dives in, going for the add-ons.
We'll be able to get back into the main anyway. I love that
it doesn't get stim.
To trigger the Widowmine, get that out of the picture.
Oh, does he? Up, 2 more volleys. 1 more.
Left away,
can he get it? He can.
He will be able to target it down. Suicides a lot of the Stalkers to be able to get it. The SCV's nowhere near to be able to repair, and so that means no stim. It's going to delay whatever push Maru was going to try to go for so long. You need stim to be able to do anything like that, and then immediately Maru throws down a 3rd CC.
Yeah, stim and combat shields both canceled there by Maru, and it cost herO a lot of army supply to do it. Many of those stalkers did
He's
go
pushing
down,
regardless. He's
but
going
the punch
stimulus.
that Maru has. I mean, this is going to be a push with very little teeth. It's all about the siege tanks on this one. The bio itself on the ground, it doesn't have a lot of micro potential without stim. It doesn't have a lot of sustain without combat shields.
So we just saw the units lost tab. That was 7 Stalkers. 7 Stalkers for 2 Tech Labs. That was an expensive trade for herO, and that's why this push is still terrifying, because herO lost so many Stalkers, and now his armor supply suffers as a result. He's trying to warp in, trying to slow this down. Maru has an opening here. He has a window. We'll see if he goes for it.
He doesn't feel incredibly confident with it. He's just kind of going here and there, trying to pick off whatever unit he can. Because it's so difficult to just walk across the map without stim. Like, you feel so vulnerable without that key.
Yeah, he doesn't commit.
Yeah, especially considering that the way Maru approached this
Gets a
game,
Stalker.
it wasn't a super dedicated siege tank push that was the game plan. He went for combat shield and stim very quickly because he just wanted the one siege tank to anchor the defense, and then he wanted to be very active on the map at this stage in the game. Unfortunately, the upgrade denial means that Maru is just going to have to bide his time, allow herO to take a 4th base, allow him to get his tech up, his infrastructure up back at home, and
herO setting up for the counterattack. The run by
is done, will Maru truly unlock the potential of the army that he's been building up to.
herO's trying to...
Again, Stim is almost complete. Zellarama gets spotted by the Medivac, so thankfully Maru, he can react, he can respond, he pulls the boys.
The natural. This is a bit unorthodox to try to go for such a big Zealot run by before your opponent is even on 3 bases. It's usually hard to get inside because the rally point is just going to be there. So basically just forces the SCVs off, just kills a few units, and then just is able to back away.
Oh, we just pulled the boys.
SCV pull
Let's go.
is the response from Maru. I actually kind of like this.
2 base all in.
Wow, all right.
And herO's getting a 4th. herO's being so greedy.
1-1 timing here with a ton of SCVs at the 3rd base of Maru, or at the 3rd base of herO, excuse me. And how much does herO actually have back at home to defend this? He's getting Colossus Tech out. Thermal Lance is
Does he have a Colossus? He has 1.
Oh, that's a pretty mighty army. If we can get a 2nd Colossus here for herO, that's going to go a long way to dealing with these SCVs. As the engagement happens outside, the natural in the 3rd base.
Colossus within range. Delta coming from behind.
Shredded on the front line.
Oh my god.
Focus fire down there by the Marauders. And Maru, it seems like right now, has a little bit too much. herO's going to have to retreat to the safety of the shield battery.
Yeah, herO miscontrol. He did miscontrol. He did leave the Colossus within range of the tank. The Colossus went down, and without the Colossus, how do you hold on? You don't. The Marines are stimming in. They break the 3rd base. With Immortals trying to kite back, the boys are being pulled. herO's getting desperate. I believe there's 1 Colossus on the way. Comes in from behind. The Colossus has arrived. Can he hold?
Colossus and a few more units are going to help deny this for now, but the bio continues to stand strong. A
there's so much. There's just so much on the ground. There's just so many Marines. He stims, and he wins.
Maru is eclipsing herO in supply.
Man, the reinforcements from Maru look like an even stronger army than the one he already had there on the front line, just immediately dispatching that Colossus. And now Maru, he's pushing into the natural expansion, where we have the Robo Bay, where we have the robotics facility, the production coming offline before the Colossus
the Itosis pylon
is done here for herO. As it looks like, although herO was able to disrupt the initial timing from Maru by canceling, or I should say denying combat shields, by denying stim, Maru, still with his SCV pull, just finds the window to exploit this weakness in herO's build.
Yeah, I absolutely love this decision from Maru to be able to whip this out, despite getting totally destroyed in the early game scenarios. He's just totally fine to do whatever he wants with a follow-up push. And I mean, you can see herO, he's just like, how the hell did I lose this game, dude? Like, I got stim and combat shield. He was on 2 bases. I could have swore he was taking a 3rd base, right? I saw that 3rd CC. No, it's a fake. SCVs pulled across the map, and herO doesn't even want to accept this loss yet.
I mean, what a shocking
They're doing it again.
turn.
But when it comes to the counterattack, when it comes to the game itself, again, herO, it was really big that he denied the upgrades, that he denied the tech labs. But remember, we were emphasizing it ourselves and what it means as well, as we do wrap up, and GG gets called, and Maru does take a lead in the series. But we were trying to mention it before, herO, he lost 7 Stalkers. He lost 7 Stalkers sniping those 2 add-ons. And what does that mean? That means he has that much less to poke away at the army, to poke away at Maru, to slow down the push. Imagine, I think he only had 4 Stalkers, right? When he was slowing down the push. Imagine double the Stalker count. Imagine 7 more Stalkers there for herO to pick away at the Marines, to pick away at the tanks as well, to have a defense. That's not an insignificant amount of Stalkers. So for him to lose that many does mean that the follow-up 2 base all-in hits even harder. Not just that, of course, it also hurts that herO was getting a 4th. Remember, he was getting a 4th Nexus, by the way. Like, here, he was being greedy. He was expanding. But on top of that, he had a smaller army because of the early game. So, again, there was a give and take when herO sniped the add-ons and sniped the upgrades. But because he lost so many Stalkers, he was vulnerable to set all in. And it was a really smart decision there from Maru to commit when he did, to pull the boys, to send it. GG. GG.
And the bio's just been accumulating for minutes after minutes. It's a tough problem for Protoss, unless you have overwhelming numbers.
Didn't fail the first blink, he might have gotten some Stalkers out. I do think that he was, it felt like he was a little bit late to go into the main base as well, but it was like a fumbled attack for sure. Like, it was a fumbled harass in the main base with his Stalkers. And there's a chance that maybe he gets out, maybe he escapes, maybe he snipes the add-ons faster and he's able to escape faster as well.
He feigned pressure with that, maybe still making herO believe that he was actually going to commit with the push, and so really just adapting to the situation as best as possible. Maru, you can never count this guy out. He's been able to make incredible comebacks before in games and in series, and so really, no matter what happens in this early game, I feel like we have to give credit that Maru will find a way to still make it a game and potentially even win it, given that last one as well. So game 3 coming up here, game 4 on Tokamak, a more standard map overall, so I don't expect anything super insane or super crazy coming out from either of the players, but yeah, I just really don't even know what to expect from either. I mean, herO's brought out so much stuff, Maru's brought out so much interesting greed as well every now and then, so I'm very excited to see what we got.
I mean, a couple different things. First things first, I mean, Maru has a lead in the series now, so Maru comes in with some momentum. I do like that Maru went for the all-in as well, Maganatha, even aside from how the game panned out, but because it is difficult to play macro in TvP on Maganatha, but it is easier here. Welcome to Tokamak, and Tokamak is one of the games that Maru did win last night against herO. How did he do so? herO, just like on Celestial Enclave, herO had a lead, herO was doing damage, herO was containing Maru, and if you remember herO, he went for a Zealot run by at the 3rd base, he went for a War Prison drop into the main, he went for a Stalker push at the 4th base as well. Like, herO, he was pulling Maru apart, and then herO overextended. herO, he pushed in too far, too deep, into a siege line of 5 tanks. herO lost most of his army, and then he stuck around and he lost his immortals. Like, herO, he was just overly aggressive here on Tokamak. When it comes to the map itself and being overly aggressive, this is a very defensive map. It's very defensive. Think of Maganatha and think of the feature that we mentioned, the area in between the bases. Here, that area, that entrance in between the 3rd and 4th base is walled off by rocks. You can see there's rocks there in between. So that means that on 4 bases, you have to defend 2 locations. Defend your 3rd, defend your 4th. You don't have to worry about another attack path in between the bases. It is very, very difficult for the aggressing player to actually knock down those rocks and make that an entrance and get in. So it is easier for the Terran player to defend and to build up into a longer game where Maru would be at the advantage. So we'll see if he can get there. We'll see how herO mixes things up.
herO, you are optimizing everything so well right now. Obviously, you go for
hero's going into the Twilight Council.
If you don't need anything to parry the Reaper, it's going to be the Twilight Council coming out about as fast as you can possibly get it.
So what they just mentioned here is that herO, he skipped out on some units to get a faster Twilight Council. So a faster Twilight Council out of herO. We'll see if he goes into Blink or something else.
You see the Marine, you don't need to chrono the first unit because it doesn't need to be out super fast to deal with the Reaper or anything. So
Fast
you
Blink.
can use that to get a slightly faster probe count because you can chrono the Nexus. I've never really even considered just skipping the unit entirely just to get the fastest possible Blink imaginable. This is really interesting too because it's like if this times out in a certain way, the drop from Maru, if he decides to go for that, which sometimes is so common, that could be hitting at a time where he's like, no, there's never going to be Blink here, and then he just gets blinked on by a bunch of Stalkers. That's always still an option.
In a way, Protoss is sometimes like Zerg with the nature of the gateway and warp gate, because you build the gateways and then they're immediately available for production. It's like you're training the units the entire time. And so for herO,
I'm curious if with this fast blink, if herO gets a 4th gateway. So far it's 3. It's 3-gate blink.
Before making the 2nd unit, he goes for a sentry for hallucination scouting. And he's so greedy behind all of this. He adds in 2 additional gateways. He goes for the shield batteries. He's investing all of his money.
He's doing 3-gate blink into a 3rd again. Yep, 3-gate blink into a 3rd.
But not useful now.
Greedy build.
Because he doesn't need anything to be useful right now. He's going for a super fast 3rd base as well. Now with the hallucination scouting coming in from that sentry, he's able to also see that he should be expecting a drop. It's probably going to be the 6 Marines, and yeah, he just confirms he doesn't even need to guess. It's 6 Marines and a Widow Mine, and now those 2 gateways coming in the natural expansion, they're going to be online. We can warp in Stalkers back at home. Blink should be at least halfway done. Ah, this is just awesome what we're seeing from herO. Man, has he been chrono boosting this? It's like 75%.
That's what I'm saying. If he just puts another chrono on this, his blink will be done by the time this drop comes in, which is something you are not normally used to as the Terran player. Usually finishes a little bit later. And yeah, this is going to be perfect for him. I mean, it's only
I'm glad they have Gemini on for this series because he's like a lot more like technical and analytical here to like help support state. It's good. I appreciate it.
So it's quite fun, and you can see he's even drawing him in. Look
Dives
at that.
in, gets a medevac.
Sniped out of the air. Love it.
We're just like, what the hell? How do you already have blink? It's just
so
unfair, man. Oh, what a cool adaptation coming in from herO. It's why these two are so much fun, and it's also why best of sevens are so much fun, is you just see the players.
So with the early game kind of coming to an end here as we get into the mid game, herO, he was able to get away with a fast third base. He was able to get away with minimal losses to the early drop as well, and herO has map control. So far, solid start out of herO.
And Templar Archives and a third base here for herO, and he's getting aggressive on Maru's side of the map.
Ooh, gets into the main. Marines are going down. Where are the tanks?
Only a few Marines.
Tanks on the low ground. Jesus.
Try to come on up as well. The rest of the units pretty far out of position, so he's going to be able to deny another tech lab here. Blink right on out, not lose a single stalker.
And you can see the disparity compared to last game. Here, he takes down the tech lab. herO doesn't lose a single stalker this time, compared to last game where he had to commit even harder and he lost 7 stalkers. Here, herO, he shuts down the Liberator, shuts down the drop, shuts down the add-ons across the map, and Maru's stuck at home.
It's a frustrating situation right now, and herO recognizes the opportunity. He throws down 2 more
base all in.
forges. He throws down 3 more gateways. It's a big explosion of infrastructure here on the Protoss side of the map because he knows that he has bought himself an unbelievable amount of time with this advantage.
Dude, herO is just dancing all over Maru in this game. It's like actually insane to see how much greed he's going for behind all this, just understanding the situation as well as he is. You can see Stim is not even close to finishing. There's not going to be...
So something really important that the observer panned to, I don't know if you noticed, 2 racks is behind the natural for Maru. So that tells us Maru's going for a 2-base all-in. He might just pull the boys.
For Stim. It's just wild. And behind
gets a
all of it,
tank.
too, it's
Jesus.
not like herO is sacrificing a lot of aggression. Look at how low
he
HP
lose a
these
stalker?
stalkers are. No,
He
it's
lost
been
one.
perfect. Can we get a look at the units lost tab right now? Because herO has just been impeccable. He's lost 2 units this entire game to the 21 and 1,800 resources.
He lost 1 stalker when he did have on the tank.
And look at how much damage they have gotten done.
That's actually insane. Like, it's so rare to see a perfect game.
Now, herO's playing really well. herO's being greedy getting a 4th base. I don't think we need a 4th right now. Remember, Maru, he's hyper committed on 2 bases. I'm a little bit concerned for herO. We'll see if he can get away with it. He might just have too much of a lead where it's fine and he can afford a 4th.
Something that can catch herO off guard. There's a bit of lapse of vision on the right-hand side, but there's still 2 pylons in the main base.
But remember, Maru does not have a 3rd CC.
So he will be able to react in time anyways. But the problem now is, does Maru just die on the front? Because it looks like herO might be posturing to try and just dive him.
Yeah, we don't have a fast warp endpoint here for herO on the front line, but he might just go anyway. He's posturing right in front of this 3rd base.
Storm is done.
These are very high
Tank is unsieged.
Templar, and he's going to blink forward, get on top of this Bio army. Maru, he stims away, but there's
gets
no
one, gets both Marauders.
And even with this sentry, you can force field the ramp. He force fields the ramp. The natural right now is forfeit. Maru's going to try and get some damage done on herO's side of the map.
Oh, the snow on the SCVs! Oh my god.
That's insane. I can't even believe this. The drop on the other side is going to do everything they can, but a recall.
Decent damage.
Is here to be able to save the day yet again. Lots of
Jesus, very nice target playing out of Maru.
Stalkers trading out, not the best right there either. So that is still
Templar being thrown away.
Also getting killed off. Wait a second. Maru still finding trades even when it looks like everything is lost.
Gemini, you called it. You said Maru needs something to throw into the works here of herO to get him back in the game, and it was probably going to be that double drop. He killed as many workers as herO did, unfortunately for herO.
So hero's still ahead, but herO, he has been fumbling the ball here. For herO, he lost all the stalkers across the map. He lost his Templar as well. herO is vulnerable, and Maru, he's completely all in. He has to break the bases. He has to break the 4th and maybe even the 3rd. And again, these have been some really nice moments for Maru, but there's still so much working against him because here comes a Templar. Here comes a Storm.
Does he have just a little bit too much? More storms coming in on just a small squadron of Bio. I think herO's stabilizing, but hey, this push from Maru, it still has a little bit of firepower.
Here just needs to warp in.
Things coming out from the reinforcement. It's still going to be really hard because I think recharge is available there, so he's still going to have some storm. Actually, it's a bit off cooldown, it looks like, so not quite going to have it just yet, but just in a few seconds, he'll have some extra storms. will allow Maru a little bit of a position behind this mixed gold base here, but it's still going to give herO a decent chance to get a flank set up. The Templar coming in, attempted focus fire.
Templar base alive.
The tank, unfortunately, not able to follow through with the second one, and it looks like herO should be able to send this push away.
Yeah, GG.
GG is called as Maru on 2 bases could not stop herO, and we are all tied up now, 2-2. We're only halfway through this series, and it has already been so exciting.
I am loving these games, man. Those storms on the SCVs are a Protoss player's dream, man. It was absolutely incredible. The drop almost even looking like it might have equalized it for Maru for just a second there, but the economic situation that herO was able to accumulate before that was just too much to bear. Reading the game perfectly before that to be able to cut all those little corners to just get that advantage in the first place. herO is playing top tier. Maru almost actually matching him as well in that other game.
Honestly, it was one of the
Yeah,
best
GG.
TvP
GG well played. That was a really impressive game out of herO. Like, as they were emphasizing when it comes to the intricacies of the initial opener, the initial build, and you just saw the comparison here, the disparity between this game and the last, where herO, he had so much control of the early game to be able to shut down the drop, to be able to snipe the add-ons, to be able to pick off the tank, the SCVs, the Marines as well. Like, herO had a very strong start to this game, and it should have been a little bit cleaner. We saw that herO did fumble the ball in the aftermath, where he lost the High Templar, where he recalled back home, where he was caught off guard by the drop. Like, Maru, he still made things as messy as could be, but the lead early on was just too great, and Maru was forced into a 2-base all-in, right? Like, he didn't have a third base behind it. He had no intention of getting a third base. He was forced into an all-in, and in the end, was barely not enough because of all the earlier losses. GG well played. With that, we're tied up 2-2, and they might cut to a break. Yeah. So it looks like they'll be cutting to a break here, so we're going to be back soon with the rest of the series. Also, I did see Leone said in the chat, Maru has to win the best of 3 if he wins the best of 7. Yes, because herO already beat Maru yesterday, it means that herO has a life. So if Maru wants to be the champion, he has to win 2 series back to back. He has to win the best of 7 and then the best of 3 thereafter. So Maru, he does have a greater challenge ahead of him. herO, he has the luxury of only having to win 1 series because he already beat Maru previously. That is the format of the tournament. Is the format.
And honestly, any engagement you guys can give us, it helps a ton.
Yep, we're going to be coming back after a break in just a little bit, guys. Here over
But for now, we're going to be cutting to a break, and we'll see you guys soon. We'll see you soon after the break. See you soon. Bye. See you soon.
back in a little bit. Lost my words.
We'll see you soon,
Come back
fellas.
soon.
Back, everyone, welcome back. We have returned here to the grand finals. The grand finals of the RSL, the rival StarCraft League. We are mid-series, we're tied up 2-2. Still a very intense back and forth. An intense back and forth here. Remember, it's a best of 7, so first to 4 will claim the win. Still 2 more wins are required for either player to become our champion, or to win the series, I should emphasize. Bearing in mind that herO is coming in for the upper bracket, so herO only needs to win 1 series, Maru has to win 2. Oh boy. And here we go. You can see the maps before us here. We just wrapped up on Tokamak, and we're going to be loading into Magnet North. Now, so far, I will say that this series has been very different compared to last night. Last night, we saw a lot more late game. We saw a lot more mid to late game, a lot more max out armies, and a more intense back and forth in that kind of game state. Here, we've had shorter games, a lot more all-ins, a lot more 2-base all-ins, 1-base all-ins, a lot of hyper-aggressive play from both herO and Maru as well. Remember, Maru went for a 1-base all-in on Evil Heart. He was able to go for an all-in on Maganatha as well on 2 bases, so we've seen a lot of aggression, even 2-base all-in on Tokamak as well. So a very different kind of series, a much more aggressive series out of Maru, and we'll see how this all comes together on Magnet North. Let's go.
Maybe that's the name of like a code name for his build that he's doing. He's trying to throw out little mind games.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like CS teams like code name their strats.
Spawning in the bottom hand corner, we do have Maru for Team Vitality. In the top right, we have herO for T1.
The soccer strat
Let's go.
is he's gonna, I don't know.
Disruptors? I
he's
don't
gonna
know.
proxy. He's gonna proxy DT and then, or proxy disruptor and then.
We have the low ground setup here for herO. Interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah, indeed. We will have to see. We see the probes coming.
Not walling off the Reaper Cliff. And welcome to Magnet North. This is a much more aggressive map. Much more aggressive. It has an open third, open fourth, open area in between the natural and the third base as well. So aggression is favored on this map. So we do expect to see more aggression on Magnet North. Oh boy.
as he builds the barracks.
We expected longer games on Celestial Enclave, which herO denied. We expected a longer game on Tokamak, which herO also denied as well. So far, I mean, this might just be a shorter series overall. Like, shorter games, I should emphasize. Just more aggressive.
That is a PVZ wall that he's setting up right there, but it is, of course, versus Darren. Oh, losing the probe as well.
Got surrounded.
CV surround. Wow, okay, you don't see that every day either.
Maru, he's laughing.
Look at
And he
Maru.
brings the laugh at him.
Maru's laughing. He's having
Here's
fun,
crying.
man.
It's so funny.
I love
no.
that these guys are still enjoying the game,
TT,
even in
man.
grand finals. It's all good fun here. We did see a double gas from Maru as well, going into that Reaper now, getting his orbital, and the Nexus going down for herO.
Yeah, this is interesting that he's going just for this natural wall and even putting this pylon in a weird spot to deny a Reaper jump. Does that actually work?
Wow.
I know I'm
Gemini, you're going to add that to your walling guy, dude.
I know
What
I'm the
is
wall
that?
guy, but I'm going to be honest, I've never seen someone even try that. I've never even thought to test that out. So I can't be the guy to say if that's going to work or not, but sometimes you would say, oh, because herO's doing it, surely it's okay. But we've seen him make some really dumb walls before.
We've
so
seen some questionable walls
I can't
from
even
herO.
say that.
It's
yet,
either
so.
genius or terrible. That's all I can say.
Let's see what happens with this. I mean, it's extremely vulnerable. So, ooh, is that going to be a proxy starport?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
SCV
okay.
going up to the top side of the map.
Setting up for the starport. Let's go. Going for the Hellion drop.
The Reaper will see this pylon and actually
Cheeky
not
pylon
go
out
up
of
there,
herO.
So I guess it works.
Might be. I mean, the Adept did kind of zone it out, so maybe he was a little bit scared. But, I mean, I'm assuming it works because herO's trying it. I imagine he wouldn't just totally do something random there. But it is looking like it's going to be a proxied starport Hellion drop. We used to see this a while ago.
So this is one of two things, either Hellion drop or Hellion harass with Liberator harass at the same time. Higher chance is going to be a medevac though into drop play as the Reapers deny the scouts.
Really trying to keep this as hidden as possible, but does he know that he's about to be proxy Hellion dropped? It's something that we don't normally see anymore in the meta.
I love the variety.
We see it every now and then. Like, I would say the Hellion drops we see once in a best of 5 in the current meta.
These guys have played
It's,
so much
yeah,
recently,
relatively
like
common.
best of, 7 recently, and now they're in another best of 7 on game 5. You got to bring out new stuff, right? You can't just keep doing the same thing. So I love to see this from Maru. Will it get the damage done is the question.
It was a lot more
herO now
prevalent a
going
year
into
ago,
blink,
true,
adding in
but
stalkers.
still
These
seen quite
adepts
often.
poke in the front, see when they get. You got to be careful though. You might lose them.
Ooh. That's actually been unfortunate. He had them on hold position, so the Hellions actually got a full volley off before they even started to attack. Even being able to micro this one Hellion back all the way. Oh, just barely gets it with the Adept on its dying breath. So at least we'll be able to get one, but that's a lot of Adepts to suicide to kill just a single Hellion. And I think maybe
Tech
a
Lab
Reaper,
follow-up,
'cause now
okay.
we're about to get them dropped into our main base when herO thinks he's got a full wall set up.
Yeah, indeed. And that
Now remember, 3 Hellions, 1-shot probes. So 3 Hellions is all you need. We do see Maru diving into the main base. herO does have a probe in position to scout, and how fast does he react? He sees!
They're actually gonna see. He's actually going to see the Hellions with that probe. Good star sense there from herO. Here come the Hellions now. They get to work on this
they line
probe
up.
line. Already a few going down.
Yeah, you do need to get a lot with this drop, and only 5 so far is actually not insane damage yet from Maru. He's going to try to load back up to get some more
he's not done.
for round number 2, but you actually need
He's
a
going for
good amount
cloak
of
banshees behind this. He's
probes.
crazy.
Because you're staying on one base for so long, you're devoting so much of your tech. He's going to go in for another wave. Can he actually get
Oof.
10 plus
8
probes?
probes
Then he's
going
gonna be
down.
Feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
Losing up
looks
to
like he will be able
13.
to. Nice target
They're
firing
lining
on
up.
that bunch of probes down there. Already 15 going down. This looks like a success from Maru. He will lose the Hellions, but the medevac gets out of there, and the follow-up is Cloak Banshee.
Oh, that's just so brutal. I love that he's committing to this proxy as well. It's going to make it
And
so
I mean, I might have missed it, but I believe there's no robo. Yeah, there's no robo. The robo just now began. With 0 detection, the Banshees can end the game. They can just straight up end the game. Sure, we see herO going for the counterattack, but we've got a tank in position. Marines are amassing, and Maru, if he can hold the line here and now, then he can win the game with the Banshees.
But now the Cloak Banshee also coming into the main base will
Hero's diving.
make it very difficult.
Gets a medevac.
Yeah, indeed. And talking about Cloak, we don't have detection yet for herO right now. He's making it a
Yeah, the casters have caught on. Remember, there's 0 detection.
Or anything, so he doesn't have an Oracle. This Banshee going
And that might
to
just be game.
work on this mineral line. And
Yeah,
what is here
that's
to
it.
defend? Stalkers come over, but with no detection, this is going to be so much damage here.
I love that he waits to cloak it as well for as long as possible, waiting until there's actually units that'll threaten it, so he saves the energy to make it.
And
so that we
again,
can
0
stay
detection.
cloaked
The
for as
Robo's
long as
just
possible.
now
There's not even
finishing.
a battery down here either. to
Observers
help
on the
heal
way.
probes. This
Critical
Banshee's going
damage.
unchecked this entire time. 10 more probes getting killed off as a second Banshee also joining the fray.
Oh, the damage is going to keep continuing here. I don't think we even have... we do have one observer now, so this probe line will be going back to the natural. Meanwhile, another Banshee in the main. I mean, there's no more workers there.
There's only one observer. He can't be everywhere at once. 13 probes going down.
Any more damage that he can. Finally, these Banshees will have to retreat into the airspace.
Oh my god.
He's going to get a couple more at the third as well.
He gets away. He tries to at
Maru
least.
7 workers right now.
I mean, this Banshee looks like it's going to die
There
as
we
it runs
go.
out of energy, but damn, did that pay for itself. And the other one is still alive, able to pick away at even more damage because there's still no battery, and the Stalkers are so split up. The Observer also not in every position. You can see Maru even scanning ahead. Just
And
to
here comes the
guarantee there's
push.
nothing ahead, and
The
there's
boys are being
SCV
pulled. 2 base all in out of Maru. And again, we expected aggression on Magnetic North. All in once again. Maru, he's going to commit, and herO should not be able to survive this. He just doesn't have the numbers, doesn't have the supply to survive this attack.
One more Banshee here. These guys are glass cannons.
Maru looking to take a lead in the series. GG.
Try and defend.
Oh my
just too much.
God.
Yeah.
Well, we were just saying that each player's taking turns making the race look broken, and literally it keeps happening. That was just clinical from Maru. There was no point where herO felt like he was in control of that game. The Hellion drop unscouted, the Banshees unaccounted for, the Blink attack on the other side only killing a medevac, and then the Banshees getting an insane amount of damage, and the follow-up push doesn't even make it halfway across the map before herO realizes he's dead.
Yeah, it all started with the Adepts, right? Dying to those Hellions early on. Then he had no vision on the map. He didn't see the... If he'd seen the Hellions like go up the map, he may have thought, oh, maybe there's a starport up there or something, and checked. But as it is, the Hellions got in, they did their work, and then the Banshee follow-up was absolutely brutal.
Dude, I told you, man, there's something in the air right now. Something is brewing. It feels like Maru is actually going to bring us to this reset. Like something that these games have been so close. The series that happened earlier in the tournament was too close. We deserve it at this point, I feel like. We need to get here. And Maru is
I can get behind that. I can get behind that. If this goes all the way to the ace match, and then we see another series as well. For sure, for sure. But again, once again, kind of emphasizing it has been a very, very aggressive series. There's been a lot of all-ins, and I feel like that trend is going to continue, especially because we've already gone through some of the larger maps. But now we're loading into the largest remaining map in the map pool, Winter Madness. Let's go.
now fighting to try and end this before it gets there, and he's also sending yet again another very early probe scout. I was just mentioning this earlier on. This is actually before the pylon, I think it was. That's a very early probe scout, so it looks like he might just be trying to go for some SCV harass, like I was mentioning before. He's someone that...
Say in the chat, my name North is super gorgeous, by the way. Yeah, I mean, I voted on it. Unfortunately, didn't make it through. It's I do think it's a shame, though. I do think that Magnate North is a good map, and I would have loved to have seen more of it in tournaments, but did not make it through the voting of TLMC. Feels bad, man. Feels bad.
Because
I did what I could.
I think it was the last time they played in game one. Actually, both of them proxy. That was a wild game. But Maru known to bring out those kind of builds.
Okay, double gas. Double gas opened out to Maru for the. I want to say for the first time this series, I'm going for a factory before CC.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like this early scouting here from herO.
Oh, I get flashbacks to herO or Maru versus Trap in one of those semifinals GSL way back. Game 7, he proxied 2 Raxes after everything, and Trap doesn't scout and loses the whole thing. It was so heartbreaking for me, but
some deep trauma being brought up
man.
here.
Maru is not afraid.
It wouldn't be a Gemini cast if we didn't bring up Trap in some way. True.
Proxy this game, but we can always assume that
Go
it'll be
off,
coming out
Bobby.
later on. For now, it's going to be another double gas opener coming out of Maru, so some more tech play.
He says another double gas, so I'm assuming it was double gas last game as well. I just don't quite recall.
Something you really only should bring out maybe once in a series. You can't really bet on that being your consistent strategy to win your whole series or anything like that. So likely going to be just some more standard Hellion Reaper with whatever follow-up he chooses next.
Yeah, indeed. It's one of those builds. You catch your opponent off guard with it, but if they know it's coming and they get quick detection and shield batteries in each mineral line, the damage will be heavily reduced by those Banshees. But I love the variety we're seeing here from Maru. Every game is something different, and herO is so tough to play against someone like Maru who has so many different builds.
It's so hard to play against herO as well, who also has just got an insane
Stargates,
bag of tricks, and
okay.
he's also hiding his probe over here.
So here it does open up Stargate again for the second time this series. If you remember, he went Stargate Phoenix on said Celestial Enclave. On Celestial Enclave. He was able to get away with it. We'll see if he can do it again. It is difficult to keep it hidden, difficult to deny the scout, but that is the goal here for herO.
Bringing out a Stargate in this PvT, it's again not often that you see the Stargate play so consistently. It's almost always that Twilight.
Yeah, indeed. Blink Stalker.
I mean, this isn't consistent, right? Like, so far it's twice in the series.
The first tech building, so no proxy there for the moment. It is going to be that rescout, as you mentioned. What will he see here? Okay, he confirms the timing on the CC, the reactor on the racks, and the starport going down there. This is all good information for herO.
Yeah, you really want to know if that CC is coming there, because if there is a lack of a CC, it's very there's a big potential that you could still go for a one-base build. It's not as common, but you can still throw that out as a pro Terran. So,
I mean, hey, we already saw one-base all in earlier in the series.
We'll be able to confirm that, and now he can kind of sit back with his Phoenixes to try and do whatever he can against the harassment.
Now, currently, when it comes to the builds that we're seeing here, it is in favor of herO. Maru, he's going for a 1-1-1 Cloak Banshee, and going into a Phoenix opener like this is designed to hard counter drops and hard counter Banshee play. Remember, Maru doesn't know what's going on, and the scout is denied. He fails to scout the Stargate.
In the main there, we have a Cyclone out. Maru doesn't really see anything with that Reaper, so I don't think he even knows it's Phoenixes right now.
He doesn't.
Dude, I thought that was a real probe for a minute. The way it died, it looks like it was still alive.
It's pretty funny. It looks like herO's going to be sending his units across the map to try and be a bit aggressive. We'll see if Maru is prepared for this, because it seems like he's preparing for things.
And ideally, here he has to scout the Cloak. He doesn't know yet. He doesn't know that the Banshees are on the way.
herO's thinking
Here, he currently has 0 detection. He can always chrono out an Oracle, of course, but he doesn't know he needs one yet.
Around the map to go into the main base. And the interesting thing about this as well is when we're going Stargate in this day and age, it's very rare that it's going to be Phoenix Colossus like it was a lot in the past.
True.
So there's not going to be a Robo for Fast Observer with this as well. So it's going to be basically a
Gemini's not wrong.
Oracle to be able to deal with the Cloak Banshee in the main base. So sure, you'll have the Phoenixes, but you still don't have detection because there's no Robo and there's no Oracle.
Yeah, indeed. Those 4 adepts, a little bit scary there. Did pick off a few workers. We'll go home now. But the issue for herO, as you said, is detection for these Banshees. Still no Oracle being fired up. There is a shield battery on the way. I'm not sure if that's in the main.
Yeah, 0 detection. The Oracle just now begins.
The natural. Okay,
it's
it is
coming.
in the main. But he's actually making 2 now. I'm not sure where the other one is. But these Banshees starting to go to work on the mineral line. herO pulls. Not an instant pull, but still pretty fast. Okay, actually picking off.
Oh, here comes the main army. Cyclone gets sniped.
As well. That looks like the scraps of a Banshee right there. So it's actually a great pickoff.
Oh,
It was.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it was a Banshee.
I do.
And a Cyclone.
I noticed that little rotator blade on the ground. Nice. But yeah, unfortunately, Maru not paying attention, doesn't cloak it in time. That's actually a bit unfortunate because you literally shouldn't lose that right now. There's no detection, so that's 1 extra unit down for Maru as he was trying to go for a push down the middle of the map, and it looks like he's going to still go for it anyways as he's
he does pull the boys.
The SCVs along with
2-base all in again.
He finds he's got a time.
Again, I don't think we've ever seen. I mean, we have yet to see a macro game this series. Just non-stop all-ins. Let's go. Gets a Banshee
already. Getting that Banshee already is huge. Ideally, you want the Marines to zone out the Phoenixes so your Banshees can start to go to work.
Ooh, catching reinforcements. Nice shade.
Right now.
Yeah, I kind of like what he's going for since he knows that it's basically going to be a Marine most army. He's using the Adepts extra bonus.
But remember, going for Stargate play, you are vulnerable to these all-ins. herO, can he survive against this?
Swing it really fast and then use the Phoenixes to lift up the tanks and other things to be able to end.
Oh, he's going for it. He's going for the dive. He's going for the lift.
I'm not sure if he's going to go in quite yet. Actually, it looks like he is. So he's going to
oh my
dive
God.
right on top of where the bunkers can go down, lifting up those tanks and the Cyclones. The Adepts
is
trying
it
their
enough?
best to kill
He gets
off the
both
Marines
tanks.
as there's no upgrades on them. And
Just
it looks
barely.
like he's actually holding.
Yeah, the bunker's not able to finish in time here. That tank will go down. And with that, the rest of the Terran army, the Phoenix standing strong. A Viking comes along.
Viking forced to land. Let's go.
Maru. A few more Marines trickling in, actually, and the bunkers do finish. If the Marines can get inside them, they might be able to
He's getting into the bunkers, just barely.
Thinned out for Maru. Even the probes being pulled to deal with these bunkers.
This is really weird, yeah, because he just lost a lot of the ground units, and there's only Phoenix, and you cannot kill the Marines in the bunkers with the Phoenix. So the
We got the boys. I mean, again, I don't think we've ever seen. I mean, we have yet to see a macro game this series. Just barely.
This is really weird, yeah, because he just lost a lot of the ground units, and there's only Phoenix, and you cannot kill the Marines in the bunkers with the Phoenix. So the
I mean, again, again, Maru, I mean, he has nothing left behind this. He has 16 SCVs, he has no economy, the bunkers will die to the probes.
When do you see this? Like,
so
we are
weird.
seeing a lot of StarCraft firsts, I feel like, in these series lately. Pretty wonky games overall, but herO standing strong after that defense. His Phoenix count is massive right now. He's got so many of them. Is able to go for the counterattack as well. Will be able to lift up some of these units, but a couple Cyclones at least will force them away for now, waiting for those extra Adepts to join on in. And now he might be trying to finish Maru off.
Yeah, so many Phoenix.
Yeah, dives on the Cyclone, gets one, gets two. There's nothing left here for Maru, no tanks, no bunkers.
Twilight and a Forge on the way. He's prepared to play a macro game, but I don't even think he'll need to. I think he may be able to end this pretty soon. Maru down to 22 SCVs to the 55 probes of herO here.
Yeah, this is
Another
looking...
Cyclone going down.
Oof, this is looking rough for Maru, man. I mean, literally every unit that spawns are just getting lifted up or killed by an Oracle Beam as well.
Yeah, herO just came to the production, diving into the natural. There's barely any SCVs to begin with. We have the one herO Banshee getting across the map, but Maru, he's doing what he can, but GG gets caught. The one Banshee is not going to be enough, and herO ties up the series. We're going to the ace match.
I need it, man. I need that game 7. Come on.
Well, it's here. We have it.
Bring it on.
3-3.
It's 3-3.
It is 3-3. We will be going there. Now, the question, of course, will Maru
What map?
clinch it to send us off into the reset? I mean, this could not be any closer. This series is absolutely delivering.
That's what I want to know.
I wouldn't have asked for anything else.
Maru will be checking
Mothership. So Mothership is coming up next. Once again, Mothership is, I want to say, favoring Protoss in the late game, so I would not be surprised if Maru goes for another all-in. I'm leaning towards another 2-base all-in at a Maru here on Mothership. We'll see how herO opens up instead.
You know, be crowned the Season 3 champion here.
Yeah, it's going to be great. There's also some tickets online.
No shot, we're cutting to a break. What? Bappy, keep going, keep going. But yes, if you want to tune into the RSL offline finals, that's going to be December 13th and 14th over in Seoul, South Korea. Shout out to the team working on the RSL. They're going to be bringing that together for you, of course. Gemini, Ziggy, Sturgeon, Tasteless, State, and all those working behind the scenes. It's a very ambitious project, of course, so wishing the best when it comes to the offline event.
Do what?
You want to throw it to the break?
Oh, I was just going to say, it's less than a month away now.
Oh,
It's starting to feel real all of a sudden.
Yeah, they cut into a break. God damn it. Give us the finals back. Give us the ace match. So let's say they come to a break, so take this time to get some snacks, get some food, get some water, get ready here for the final game of the series, and potentially another series after this.
Our game 7 here in this best of 7. Don't go anywhere. More StarCraft coming up.
Welcome back. Whew, we have returned here with the grand finals of the 2025 RSL Revival Season number 3. Here we go, the RSL Revival StarCraft League. Oh boy, we're currently tied up 3-3. We're tied up 3-3, and whoever wins this next game will win the series. If herO wins this game, then herO is going to be crowned our RSL champion as the third Protoss back-to-back-to-back champion for RSL. Or do we finally get a non-Protoss player champion? Does Maru win this series? Now, as a reminder though, if Maru wins this game, if he wins this best of 7, then Maru has to win again in the revival match, basically in the rematch. Maru, because he's coming in from the lower bracket, he has to win 2 series. He has to win this one and another one. herO does not. herO already beat Maru. That's why. He already beat him earlier, yesterday. So herO, he has the advantage of only having to win 1 series. And here we go. The final game is going to be on Mothership.
Just as close as it was when they fought each other yesterday. Now, last time these guys faced off, it was actually herO that won at the very end. herO's the guy that knocked Maru into the losers bracket. And it's been neck and neck so far. It seems like these guys are a very, very even match for each other. We are ready now to go into Game 7 here and decide, does herO become the RSL Season 3 champion, or does Maru win and then cause a reset, which will bring us into a best of 3? In the top right is Maru, in the top left is herO.
Indeed, Tasteless, and we are on Mothership, which means you don't know where your opponent starts. And oh my god, herO pylon in the middle of the map right now, Tasteless.
Again, this series has been a tale of all-ins. We've seen non-stop all-ins time and time again. The closest we got to a standard game was on Celestial Enclave, which herO was able to break Maru early on as well, in the mid-game to be fair, but that was the closest we got to a macro game. We have not embraced any kind of maxed out economies or any kind of maxed out setups, and that might be the case here as well with the initial proxy out of herO. And he's going to find Maru. He's going to find him.
Like it's an old 4-player map. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's always, it's still going to get there faster no matter what. So this
He
is
confirms.
interesting. So he immediately finds this. Even slowing the SCV down for a second, if you can get him to swap SCVs, is huge.
Yeah, indeed. You need your units as fast as possible to deal with this early gateway in the middle of the map from herO. We will be seeing the first unit coming out shortly. And as Maru, I mean, do you expect something crazy like this in Game 7? I mean, it's herO. Anything is possible. The unexpected is the expected. We see the core going down as well, and a Zealot will be rallied and chronoed across the map here.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. Zealots in StarCraft 2.
And again, this is an economic open out of Maru. Remember, one gas, single gas guys out of Maru. So he's going for a Rax expand. He's going for a CC. If it's going to be on the low ground, it's going to be vulnerable to the aggression of herO. CC on the high ground, safe location.
And it's going to be backed up with a Stalker after that. But there's a Reaper coming out now. He doesn't.
Ooh,
okay,
hero's banking.
It's not going to be inbound right away.
Jesus.
It's actually going to be 2 Zealots that are going to be pocketed and then jettisoned out a little bit later on. So we got to see where the Reaper goes now. The Zealot is so much slower than the Reaper. The Reaper could end up coming out and killing a lot of probes if he finds the right spot. At the same time, you know, when the Stalker's out, the Stalker just beats the Reaper. The Reaper can't fight it head-to-head no matter what.
And here we go. Zealots are moving out. Stalker's reinforcing.
Let's not forget, last time these guys fought,
And the goal here is to break into the main. He gets spotted. He gets scattered.
That's an absolutely huge scout by the Reaper. He knows it's coming now.
Yeah, there's a
Immediately
cancel.
Throws down a bunker.
Bunker's on the
Depot
way.
to finish so he can repair
Quick
it from
reaction.
The other side. But here come the Zealots.
Every second
they're
counts.
going to start to hit this depot.
And the depots are finished, so how do you get anything done? I think you need to wait for the Stalker to join up here because Zealots alone will not do this.
And he does start a Nexus back at home. He is going to snipe the
Kills that
SCVs
CV.
making the bunker. I love that.
He kills one, he kills two.
I guess he's actually going to end up getting the ones that are hitting the depot. I thought for sure he was going
Gets
to go for
three,
the bunker
Jesus.
here, but I guess it kind of makes sense. And only one SCV, that's not going to be enough. He needs to...
He breaks down. Oh my god.
Oh, huge pick off there. The depot goes down. He doesn't want to dive through. He doesn't want to lose everything, but already...
Cyclone is on the way. And again, those precious seconds to get that bunker up and running was crucial there. Maru, the scout, was so imperative there when it comes to defense.
For a wall than just, you know, to kind of
Maru's
steadily,
holding.
give him extra supply, so he can still produce units. But, you know, a couple things to note. One, Protoss is about to finish a Nexus on their, I was going to say on the low ground, like I could float, like they could float over there or something. Protoss is going to have a second
You're going to
base.
give me nightmares floating
Yeah, right.
Nexuses.
And then we get Terrans with shields. It's going to be completely messed up.
God.
He's
Going for
coming up
another
here,
SCV.
He's hitting this other depot, and
Ooh,
obviously
doesn't
the
get it.
Stalkers can tank a couple of shots here before they're going to lose any hull.
Nice
But with
control.
the Cyclone out here and the rest of these infantry units, he's going to chase us away. So the Protoss is already mining from the new base and getting Blink.
Yeah, once he has Blink...
Yeah, as Tasteless is saying, so far it's still a better start for herO. herO, he doesn't kill Maru, but he does maim him, he does cripple him, and herO is already mining on 2 bases. Taking out Blink is on the way. We see Maru stuck on 2 himself, and Maru can turn this into a 2-base all-in. True. Like, we'll keep an eye on Maru. We've been seeing a lot of all-ins in this series. I would not be surprised if he goes for another, as he's building up his tank count.
Take a look at exactly where the game is. So you see the second base is up. That's going to be a little alarming as the Terran. You really need to try to figure out how to play catch-up here. When the first tank is out, it should be a little bit more doable to try to anchor a position and defend this, but you got to watch out for that Stalker Blink, because when you only have one tank, a lot of times the Stalkers
Reaper,
can just
does he get away?
onto the tank, kill it
Oh,
off,
and barely
and then
does.
kind of go wherever they want. And if you don't have enough tanks when there's a lot of
Barely
Stalkers
gets away.
out, then the Stalkers kind of run amok in the Terran's base.
Liberator's in production. This Liberator might just join up with the tanks, and this might just be a stimulus 2-base all-in, where you pull the boys.
For a Liberator here, try to do some counter-harassment of his own. One thing going for him is that if he pushes down the right path, he might be able to find that gateway.
Yeah, the scariest thing here is that herO doesn't really have map control. He's at home, so if Maru does send it across the map, then herO's not there to slow it
He might
down.
not choose that pathway. We don't know. He could go around the other way. This Reaper now is scouting around. He has actually found it, so he'll know that he can take that out if he does want to. And the Robo's going to come in here for herO as well.
Maru, he's getting an eBay. That tells us he's going for a later timing. So Liberator just to harass. eBay's on the way for +1. It's only 1 eBay, true, not 2.
High ground with the Observer, they can blink in or out if they want. Although I don't know if this game sets up that well for blink harass, just kind of looking at where everything's gone. herO's really on top of everything.
Yeah.
He's just completely prepared for any, basically anything that Maru's going to
Gets
throw
in
his
the CV.
way.
Yeah, I really like herO's position here. He's playing so smart with his Stalker positioning, almost expecting the Liberators to come with those in the main base.
Charge is
ready
on the
for it.
way. Charge is
And
going to be a
they
big
can't
power
get-
spike
they
for
can't get past
herO.
them, right? There's not enough because of those kind of air blockers, you can't get round past those Stalkers, so the Liberator kind of useless right now.
Yeah, you know, he's really not getting any value out of that. This is a powered-up two-basing Terran. I don't see a command center made unless I missed it somewhere. And that base
So this third base for Hero is late. It's late because Hero was afraid of an all-in, but that is going to be hurting Hero here. So late third base, that does mean that Maru is going to have a greater supply to work with. He has a larger army, and this stim timing from Maru can still hit very hard.
Everything is kind of falling into place for that.
Yeah, indeed. We've seen these tank pushes from Maru on this map before. I think he...
Yeah, they're alluding to it as well.
And it looks super strong, won him the game. Looks like he's going for this, a similar thing here, going to group up, bring the second tank down as well as that Cyclone. Bunch of Marines.
Here he needs those warp-ins.
Starport right now, just get an add-on finish in. But herO sees everything with these Stalkers.
Yeah, he runs up there, just snipes the SCVs. I think we're moments away from this push starting here. I think he basically just needs stim to finish, and then combat.
Yeah, Maru, he's still waiting for those upgrades. Nice pick off. He scans, he snipes the Observer.
To take the Observer out, and he's basically gearing up.
Here he comes.
Ready to go. Can this push win the game? Will Maru bring us to another best of 3 here with a bracket reset, or
catches the
is herO gonna
Stalker.
close us out and become the Season 3 champion?
Scan,
of
snipes
the
the Observer.
RSL? We're moments away from finding out.
It's all on the line right now. herO has Storm in
Oh, the tank boys are
production as
brutal.
Maru
Getting another
moves out.
Stalker.
If that's able to finish
Every
in time,
Stalker
that'll be a
counts.
huge boon for him. Charge just finishes up.
And here he comes. Here comes. It's all or nothing for Maru.
Those will be key in taking down
He commits across the map.
We see a high
herO,
tempo
does he have Storm?
Okay, he's forcing him to siege, slowing this push down as much as he can here.
Okay, he's buying time.
Oof.
It's a very delicate situation when you have to stop.
herO didn't buy enough time. Storm isn't ready.
When the push finally actually hits the target. He's going to go ahead and clear the gateway out. In some
Gateway's going to fall. herO, okay, Storm is done in a couple of seconds.
From the A moving across the map. Storm is almost done. That gateway might have bought those necessary seconds to hold this.
Yeah, Storm will finish, and here comes Maru. Sieges up the 3 tanks. herO blinks down. Storm goes down on the
nice target
bio.
firing.
hero's taking a bit of a...
Guess who had
strange
Templar?
engagement
He loses too
loses a
much.
lot,
That's
and
it.
Isn't able to clear out the tanks.
He ran from the tank thinking it was dead and then had to turn around. The Zealots get fished into the fight. And
Yeah, miscontrol out of herO. Tanks, they pop
There's
off.
more Templars available now. Keep in mind, everything is red or yellow right now for Terran, so 1 or 2 good storms could melt this.
Yeah, Maru's stimming so much right now. Here comes a high Templar, big Storm on these Marauders.
Storm on Marauders.
They do fall back, they didn't stim. The Medevac's almost out of energy here, just have a little bit left. More Immortals and high Templar coming in, even an Archon being morphed right now. This is so scary.
tense here, but Maru should have too much.
Yeah, he's going to try to inch in here. The Zealots are going to spill down onto the...
Getting on top of the tank. First tank should go down.
Here. It looks like they managed to get on top
Only
of
one.
the tanks.
Yeah,
The
only one
infantry is
tank goes
getting in the way.
down.
The Immortals are not targeting the tank. They turn and they finally take it out. He's going to try to kite this back.
Barely
here.
gets a second.
And I just don't know if there's any juice left in these medevacs.
Yeah, they're all out of energy.
True,
but here
like,
comes
Maru,
two
he
more,
lost both
goes another
tanks.
wave of bio. He gets onto
No
the third
tanks
base,
left.
Doesn't want to kill it. He knows that won't be enough to
hero's
end the game,
holding.
even if,
No
even if he could
shot.
get it,
Oh my
decides
God.
to back off with these medevacs and regroup.
He needs one more Storm.
I'm so worried that the wind is out of the sails now here, as far as the push goes for Maru.
Oh my
Another
God.
beautiful Storm. The army for Terran is so squishy. The heals, there's just so little remaining. He's actually setting up a gateway launching pad for counterattacks here. You know, where he could maybe, I guess he can't, he doesn't have a Dark Shrine, but, you know, he could send Zealots in there or something like that. I was going to say DTs, but he can't get that yet.
And again, a very impressive defense here from herO. I thought he was dead, by the way. With that first attack going so poorly for herO, where he took an extra tank shot to the face, it was looking brutal. It was looking dire for herO. Mind drop into the natural. herO does pull away. Storm is coming in. And again, Maru, he has no backbone to this army. Not anymore.
Now going into Ghost, this Widowmine still here, burrowing and unburrowing. Finally goes down to those Blink Stalkers.
Yeah, the problem now is that Maru doesn't have those tanks. He can't really do a push.
So, okay, we need to take a moment. We need to take a moment here. Meanwhile, big shout out to Luis CGG. Gracias. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time. Welcome to the grand finals here of the RSL, the rival StarCraft League. Maru, he barely saves the medevac. But hero's economy is lackluster. herO has 3 bases, but he has not been making probes. He's not been probing up, and over time, Maru can outscale herO.
Protoss may come into play. He may be able to actually punt the command center back up into the main.
Like, herO himself is committed.
And it's going to be a very, very, very hard position for Maru to play from there.
EMPs! Oh my god.
Right now, so
Lands the EMP.
down on the Protoss army.
No storm.
He actually got both the High Templar, no storms available on those. He does have one more in the back with energy, so he has a few storms here. Widowmine's frantically borrowing, liberation zones go down.
Oh, he goes to the dive.
Onto the Terran
Does he land the storm?
Hero pushing the SCVs.
Oh, the boys are being pulled.
Yeah, the
Storm connects.
come out and they eat a big fat size storm. The kiting from Protoss is looking pretty good, but actually maybe
but storms on the SCVs.
These medevacs. He's going to try to dive in here. I just see 3 Immortals and an Archon. I don't even know if it's going to be able to finish in time here.
Yeah, Maru, he takes the game. He takes the fight. He takes the fight. He shuts down the army. Again, here he was storming on the SCVs. He was not storming on the bio army, so Maru was able to break on through, took down the Immortals, and that was a big loss for herO. Now, he did kill some SCVs, thankfully, but herO, his army is lacking, and the Liberator gets into the main base. herO is being pulled apart.
Liberator doing some damage up here as well.
Nice Zella run by.
That Liberator from the early game, we said it was useless, stuck by the Stalkers. Finally, Maru now puts it to use at the right time, getting some critical eco damage. And here he comes, pushing the third base off Protoss.
Yeah, and herO, he has no economy here. He has nothing to defend. The third base is going to go down.
If herO is not fast enough.
Oh, picks up, pulls away. Gets 9 probes, Jesus.
In these medevacs. Oh, it would be so nice for Maru if he could finally find this proxy gate. These Zealots being such a thorn in his side, being rallied into that third base repeatedly. But Maru has a worker lead now. He has an army lead. He's starting to look in control in this game.
Oh, can herO catch the medevacs? Gets one.
In the late game.
Yeah, I mean, the attack is coming out. He kind of catches the medevacs here. He's going to, like you were mentioning earlier, Sturgeon, he's going to see that, in fact, there is a gateway here, and so that's going to explain where those Zealots are coming from.
And Maru finds a proxy.
Origin point.
He didn't lose it. If he had lost his full medevacs, different game.
I feel like the numbers don't
oh my god. He's crazy.
For the Protoss here, but let's see. I mean, with good size storms, the math gets a lot more fuzzy.
Yeah, herO hasn't made a probe in a long time. I think he doesn't want to
once again, EMPs, they connect with everything.
The EMPs are absolutely huge. The SCVs are pulled to make a meat shield. Maru's army is absolutely massive right now.
Yeah, I mean, he EMP'd every single Templar back there, and that was really the only way he was going to win that fight. He takes the Archon out. I think that Maru is going to close this game out here.
He's doing it, guys. He's looking in prime position to take game number 7.
GG.
And reset the bracket. Maru takes it 4-3. What a series here, Tasteless.
That was insane. It looked like that initial push.
GG, well played. Again, a very, very aggressive game here. Maru, he almost ended the game with the 2-base all-in. As you mentioned, herO, he did stumble. He did stumble when it came to the defense against the all-in. And yes, herO, he barely held on, which was impressive. But the scary thing about that hold was that herO didn't have the economic lead. He was up a base, but he was not making probes. And he was on, what, 46 probes? Meanwhile, Maru was getting his third CC up and running, and he was able to outscale herO over time. Despite herO defending against the all-in, despite herO not being all-in himself, he had no real economy behind it, and he couldn't really build up the way that he wanted to. GG well played. In a way, herO almost forced himself all in, and that means we have the reset match. We have the reset match here. Maru, he will claim the series, and now we're going all the way into a best of 3, reset match between Maru and herO. Let's go. Let us go. I believe that means that they're going to be cutting to another break, so I think it's going to be one more break. Yeah. They're going to be cutting to a break, and then when we come back, we'll have that best of 3 between Maru and herO. Oh boy.
You can buy a ticket for our offline event. One of the 2 players tonight is going to qualify.
How on earth did he hold? Again, it was an impressive hold, but he lost so much in the process, right? Like, it was one of those things where he survived, but he wasn't really in a better position after the initial defense. GG.
We hope you come down. It's going to be the players, the casters, obviously the fans as well. They're in person. You don't want
I would Maru to win this one so we get another series. I agree. I like the idea of having us, or of us having another series. And as I mentioned before, I like the idea of having a little bit of diversity when it comes to the offline events. Again, when it comes to who's been seeded into the offline event, Classic and Zound, they're the top 2 players that are going to be a part of the RSL offline finals. It'd be nice to have a little bit of Terran, a little bit of Zerg there as well, but the pressure is on. We're going to be cutting to a break. When we come back, best of 3 is going to be coming at you. See you soon. Papi, see you soon. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the reset match. Welcome back. Just quickly going over the format here. We're in the grand finals, of course. The grand finals of the RSL Season 3 playoffs, day number 5. The final series of the broadcast. Maru, he just won his series, the best of 7 against herO. But yesterday, herO beat Maru. So because of that, because herO came in from the upper brackets, herO had a life essentially. He had an extra life to him. Maru, he already lost yesterday. That's why he came in from the lower bracket. That's why Maru, he was on the back foot. And now because he won the series, now we have the final matchup, the final best of 3 here. The winner of this series will be the champion. You know, there's no extra lives on the line. There's nothing to fall back on. Not anymore. Not this time. It all comes down to this best of 3, and these two are so close in skill. Last night we had a best of 7. herO won 4-3. Here we had a best of 7. Maru won 4-3. It's been very back and forth, and very close series, very close games. I'm hoping for another ace match. That's all I want. Another ace match, another best of 3. Another best of. Here we go. Game 1 is going to be a mothership. Game 2, Tokamak. At Game 3, Magnetic North. Let's go. So jumping into game number 1.
We'll conclude who is the champion of the RSL Season 3.
Oh my god, I'm so hype. I cannot even think what kind of builds you should even bring out in some of these games. I mean, you're just playing so much.
There we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Mothership, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Team Vitality. It is Maru. And in the bottom side, we do have for T1, it is herO. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. This is a prediction for the best of 3. For the best of 3 for this final matchup. Let's go. Oh my god. I don't really know who to favor here, to be honest. All I want, I'm greedy. I just want an ace match. I just want a game 3. That's all I want out of these two players. Best of luck, as this can go either way.
And then I'll do something that looks like that build in game 2 to kind of psych them out. Maybe on this map, I'll hide a base. These guys have played so many games now. I mean, how much more can they possibly offer?
The layers of mind games and trickery that has to happen is just insane. Like what you're saying, it's like that's where my mental games end. Like that's the extent to where I could possibly do something. And it's like these guys have to think on such an insane extra level to be able to.
Because that was best of 7, then a best of 3 again. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's wild.
The answer to that question, yeah, that's. I mean, as I tried to explain, it is because Maru came in for the lower bracket, because he already lost the series last night. That's why he had to win 2 matches, whereas herO so far has been undefeated up until that last match.
They don't want to do anything insane. No proxies on the map or anything.
So this is a fresh best of 3 reset match. Let's go. Economic open out of Maru going for a Rax expand. Meanwhile, herO going for a gate expand as well. So far, economic and standard builds.
Really early on in some of these series, in some of these games, and so the fact that it's resets, and they're instantly just playing as passive as possible is a really interesting mindset to look at.
We're probably going to gear up for a macro game here. You know, unless
no shot.
herO occasionally does kind of crazy techs.
Winding it back when it comes to Mothership, there's a reason why twice now, every time that Maru's been on Mothership, we see all-ins. This map does not favor Terran in a longer game because the natural, the 3rd and the 4th base are all very open. The bases are very open, they're very exposed, so it is difficult to play a longer game on this map. So we should be seeing another hyper-aggressive build out of Maru, and we'll see if herO can keep up.
Also, I think done an equal number of games where he just kind of macros up and gets too big to fail. And, you know, eventually there's nothing that herO can do.
herO, man, you got to look at my wall off guy. That's not the right way to do it. Unfortunately, the Reaper actually does walk on in, so not expecting that. herO didn't have his stuff in position.
This is so
luckily
tilting.
Doesn't actually lose any probes, though. Very nice micro so far from him. And
ooh, snipes the Reaper. Okay.
Great crisis managed from herO. And
fails
he
to scout.
the scout of the Twilight as well.
That's actually crazy. He didn't see that. I guess the reality is that if you don't scout anything, you're probably still assuming it's Twilight, right?
Yeah.
Like
especially because it was a Sentry Stalker opener as well.
Right.
It's very rare to go into a Stargate after that.
All the other building blocks line up to you would have that tech anyways.
So a decent start for herO. He denies the scout. Hallucination comes in. He confirms the 1-1-1 opener out of Maru.
How did he get that without a Stargate?
Confirms there's no reactive Reaper Hellion because there's a tech lab on the factory. And of course, no additional Reapers.
Just kind of see where exactly the Terran's at. There's nothing surprising here so far. This is really a kind of development-oriented game. And we have 2 more gateways coming. Now, we've seen this with herO where he does this kind of very middle-of-the-road build where he does, it's kind of a Goldilocks build, if you will. You know, this porridge is just right. He doesn't get, too...
Okay, we're rallying everything. We have a tank behind this. We might even go for a Viking as well. We'll keep an eye on Maru as he rallies across the map.
So he's going to be pushed, and I'm curious, does 3-gate hold this? Because I've never quite seen this interaction before.
Yeah, so we're going to be going in with just this couple Marines and the Cyclone, a couple more units coming in afterwards as well. Forward battery will allow these Stalkers to heal up for now. But it is just a little bit of a poking pressure here for Maru. Unfortunately, unable to get that sentry. That would have been a nice pick off.
Yeah, some clean micro out of herO. He got a safety shield battery just in case. So again, just really safe play out of herO, going 3-gate blink. He holds, he defends.
We also have, I believe it was a double gas at the natural of herO as well. So he might be ramping up into that fast storm play that's been very popular in the last few months.
Okay, so obviously that little push was completely shut
just to re-emphasize, so he went for a robo, took 2 gases, going for a 3rd base after that, so it doesn't delay his 3rd base by too much.
Win in the scuffle in the middle of the map.
He scouts him.
He's going for the Templar Archives, and this appears to be the kind of game where Terran is going to be pushing out and trying to basically shut down the Protoss. The Protoss is trying to get all the tools necessary to dismantle this push. So we've got the Templar Archives for Psystorm, Archons too, obviously, and then we also have Zealot Charge. And when you see this setup, you also want to put the Stalkers outside their base like this, because you can just sort of slow them down. You can deny scouts. You can chip away at Marines or whatever else, SCVs if they're part of the push as well. You just got to be careful. This is one of these builds where it's really strong, but if you aren't paying attention to those 4 Stalkers, they'll die immediately.
Yeah, so quickly just adding on to what was being said, there's a very high chance that Maru is going to commit on 2 bases here and go for a 2-base all-in. We do see that herO, he's setting up and he's establishing himself, and he will be able to have a stronger mid-game if he can survive this. We have Storm on the way, Charge on the way, Prism, Gateways, 3rd expansion as well. It's going to be a really tight hold here for herO. It's going to be very tight, and we'll see if he can survive this as Maru is getting ready for his push.
Coming basically, so he will have that set up nicely, getting the extra gateways.
He may pull the boys.
Well. He's really
pull the boys as well.
To make sure
3rd CC, never mind. 3rd CC.
That Maru might be going for, but he is still Maru that is going for a 3rd CC, so he's not going to be going for any sort of all-in this time. He
doesn't pull the boys.
Doing a little bit of forward pressure, most likely with the tank push to see what he can get, and then expanding behind it.
Okay, so he is going to unload, maybe for a flank over here.
Nope.
Got to be careful there. He's on the move. These, I love that the tanks are leading, by the way, because you can just repair those later, right? It's a lot of times the Marines that'll get sniped off there. 5 more gateways coming down. Now, I
am going to be a little bit concerned for Maru if he is expanding, if he's going to try to macro out of this. I did mention earlier that I do favor the Protoss, specifically on Mothership, so it's not going to be easy to macro and to play standard. And this might be the first macro game that we get in this entire series, including the best of 7 previously.
Some questionable engagements that you really wouldn't think, and then he actually comes out on top. Stims forward to try and catch those blink Stalkers, but herO, very diligent, is paying attention, blinks them away very nicely as he takes this pretty forward 4th base. I'm kind of surprised that he's actually taking such a forward base. He's going to be really right in the face of Maru if he ever tries to attack.
Yeah, he's going to make the the weak spot right up there. Now this is not Terran doesn't have to push just yet because there's a 3rd command center, which I actually hadn't seen earlier.
Okay, we have 2 more libs on the way as well.
2 bases powering up. So
that's a lot of DPS with this army.
It's not required of the Terran. It's not like the Terran.
Oh, the Flying Storm, Jesus.
There. Beautifully done, and he zaps both of the medevacs.
Yeah, actually pretty good reaction though as well from Maru. He was able to dodge.
And here he's committing in.
So,
he wants those tanks. He's gonna get him.
4 more in the War Prism.
Yeah, tanks gonna be going down. Storms on the bio army. Oh my god.
From Maru to negate some of that energy, and the rest of the units on the ground for
herO. He doesn't have a storm.
I cannot believe he attacked in there.
Yeah, he didn't have a follow-up storm.
One of the general rules of the game is that when Terran is sieged up and has...
I mean, tasteless, he's berating herO, but honestly, 1 more storm in that bio army, and that would have been it. Look how low the army is.
I think he can
oh my god.
This counter push, and we were just talking about this base.
Now here comes the Zealot. Yeah, he cleans up. He one-shot sold the entire army.
Kind of a tale of hubris here in this game with herO.
Yeah.
He does manage to shut this down. There's just
one-shots everything. Jesus. Big overextension out of Maru.
All the medevacs died, I think, in that engagement. So a bit of an overextension from Maru, not actually calculating the fact that his bio was extremely low after that engage, and he didn't actually have anything to heal it on up. So now, all of a sudden, herO is the one back in the driving seat as he gets a nice warp-in round, kills off all that bio, now is forcing Maru to turtle on 2 bases yet again with these Liberators.
Is he going to try to attack it again?
I mean, they're talking about how there were no medevacs. True, there were only 3 medevacs to begin with, but remember, the medevac count was low because of the Liberators, right? Getting this many Liberators this early on is not normal, so that's why there were less medevacs, and that's why there was less support for the army.
Forced his entire army through a depot-sized entrance. So he's just going to inch back. Now remember, Maru didn't land his third command center, so this is 4 bases.
Yeah, Maru's still contained on 2 bases.
That's a pretty hero
herO getting a 4th base up and running.
And
Jesus.
I actually don't know.
And Maru's in danger.
Maru can get out of his
And
base
herO,
right now.
he wants to
This is
ape
really
into this.
difficult for him. He's really just kind of,
I don't think herO needs to
forced
push into the
this
natural, but you can see he
little
wants
spot.
to. He wants to just go for
Taking
it.
a 5th base in a pretty
Getting a
random
5th.
location as well. He's really just taking the most forward bases possible right now. Might as well just take Maru's 3rd base while he's at it.
Yeah.
Got another forward.
Yeah, here we
drop
go.
with
He
the
collapses in.
Templar.
Nice storms.
TvP's not in time as they get on top of the Liberators as
Liberators
well.
are exposed.
Stopping those up.
Gets 1,
And like
2,
you
gets
said,
all 3.
herO, he's not afraid of these tiny little choke points. He's going to go through anyways, even though it's really not needed at this point.
Oh,
Maru's sitting here on 2 bases, forced to pull SCVs.
Yeah, he's going to pull his workers and try to fight his way out. I just don't know that this is going to work. And if it doesn't work, I think Maru might have to tap out here. The SCVs are sacrificed, but some of the infantry are still alive in the back.
Yeah. And we have 3 Immortals pushing in the Archon as well. Here come more reinforcements with the Warp Prism.
Rallying in here.
And herO, he's breaking that natural base. It looks like he may lose an Immortal. Like, it's not the most efficient trade out of herO, but he doesn't need to be efficient. He's getting a 5th. He's up 3 bases. It's crazy.
Insane fight. I mean, Maru just constantly sending more and more SCVs into the fray. Even if he was able to hold here, he would be
And collapsing in
basically
once
an all-in
again.
position against a 70.
More SCVs are going down. And again, even if Maru holds here, he's losing so much in the process, losing any kind of economy he has.
Picked off here as he warps in more with this forward prism as well. Another Templar, I believe, can throw down some feedback energy as well, as there's just so much coming from herO nonstop. Maru dipping
And nice
almost
snipe.
below 50 supply. This is looking hopeless for him.
Yeah, this is an execution.
And GG gets called. herO, very intense game 1. He takes the lead in the
It's
series.
funny, Maru had this moment where he kind of broke free, and it's not shocking that he like went all the way across the map and
Yeah.
tried to do counter damage, but I think, you know, now that we see how that game went, he probably should have just stopped there and got a 3rd base
Yeah.
and tried to actually build up. I can't say I blame him, because we've seen so many moments where, you know, Maru's on the defense the whole time, and then he has one counter punch and just kills the Protoss.
Yeah.
But not that game.
Yeah, you can tell it's maybe some of the, you know, the length of this series is maybe getting to him a little bit. Maybe,
Yeah.
you know, it's been...
Maybe. I mean, I would just say it's just Maru misjudging the strength of his army, right? It's like he was heavily overstimmed, his army was weakened up, he had no medivacs. I would just say that he probably just didn't recognize that he had so little support, so he just committed anyway, and that did cost him the game, right? As they're mentioning, I would agree that Maru, he did hold, and he could have just taken a 3rd from there. He had a 3rd TC, could have landed it, and just built up from that point instead, but it's Maru, he wants to be aggressive, he wants to be in your face. We've seen that throughout the entire series, just non-stop 1 base all-ins, 2 base all-ins, 2 base all-ins, so he just wants to be in your face, and this time he was punished for it. He was punished for it with that GG. Now we're leading into game 2, and herO is 1 game away from claiming the series.
So we've got herO here in the bottom left and Maru in the top right. And let's see what they got, man.
Dude, what a marathon of games it's been for Maru today. Coming through the lower bracket, now into this grand finals, making it all the way into the reset. We were talking about how, like, you know, you have so many bag of tricks that you can go for. There's only so much that you can bring out in a series this long after already playing a best of 7 versus them earlier as well. But it's like the mental strain now starts to kind of show from the players. They're going to start tripping up a little bit, little mistakes here and there. And now we have Maru
Cheeky move out of Maru.
into something different. He's going for a proxy barracks, but on his side of the map. He's not going
It's a fake
to
out.
do anything insanely aggressive with this. He's trying to mind game herO with this and
Yeah.
make him overreact.
So what we have to see first is when does herO scout? So, you know, in StarCraft 2, you can hide, excuse me, you can hide buildings almost anywhere. And so a lot of times, instead of checking everywhere on the map,
Double gas open out to Maru, so Maru's going for a faster factory. You can see herO checking for proxies on his side of the map, but he does not get
Right to
across.
their base. If you don't see their first couple of buildings, you go, oh, okay, well, somewhere I'm being, you know, there's an ambush about to happen. But he didn't do that.
Yeah, no perp
So
scout.
this kind of deceptive play, I don't know if it's going to amount to anything other than Maru's really inconvenienced himself with his building positioning to basically try to throw.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Maru, he was trying to force some mind games, he was trying to get into the head of herO, but herO doesn't even scout, so like, there's just nothing to mind game.
So this is kind of funny.
It's kind of, yeah, it's interesting how these mind games work out sometimes, where it literally doesn't even come to into a factor. And Maru this time, if he had gone for a much more aggressive proxy, perhaps it actually would have worked out for him, considering the fact that herO has not scouted. I love this, though. He's hiding the
He went to the blind
SCV.
spot.
Going for the
He's gonna
bunker?
put a bunker in the back. We have not seen this for a very long time.
What?
There was a patch that made it so that way it's much more difficult to make this work, but he's actually bringing it out. herO
True, we
has
haven't
not
seen this since
It does
last
not
week.
get with the Nexus Vision. This bunker might finish up.
Gemini is alluding to the fact that they did change the way salvage works, so that did diminish this build, but we still do see it. We still do see it
The next route is to go down onto the low ground
from players like Clem,
and try to
players like
set up
Bjorn,
inside the bunker, and this is going to be a painful surprise here.
and the bunker will
because the
finish.
bunker's done, and now he
And again, this is just to deny mining. Just to deny mining at the natural for as long as possible. We have a shield battery on the way. Again, the downside of this, of course, is that now that there's a high chance you will lose the bunker instead of salvaging. As the change is that now when you attack a building that's salvaging, it will cancel the salvage.
It's not like he's going to win with this bunker. What it does is alter the build from herO. He's forced to make an early battery. He's forced to not be able to mine from the natural. That affects the income drastically in this early stage. And if he's also able to get a couple probes with this nice little jump spot.
Oh, the force field! Oh my god!
To deny them from getting down.
Oh my
Almost
god,
kills
Jesus,
both of them.
gets
One
one.
of them is still a nice pickoff and will help to
Almost
ease
two.
this defense for herO.
That was crazy.
Yeah, nice usage of force field there. There are not enough SCVs to repair this to the point where you can fully recover. He does have to micro some of the probes away.
But again, crazy move there out of herO. He will deal with this eventually. It looks like he may lose one. He will lose one probe.
Dodge these lasers.
Oh, did he get another probe there? I think he did.
Yeah, he did.
Just runs on out. Love that from Maru, but like I said, since he did open for Stalker, it was much better for him. If it was an Adept opener, that would have been much more difficult to actually kill off, because the DPS just really isn't there when you're going for the Adept opener.
Okay, so right now we've got Maru making his tanks, throwing a tech lab in here.
So when it comes to the current game state here, he's getting into his own opener with Blink. Twilight Council is done. Again, it is a disrupted and delayed opener because of the shield battery, because of the denied mining, but herO is going for a third expansion, and Maru, he does scout, does confirm that the probe was getting in position. Back at home, Maru building up early tanks into Banshee play. I believe there's no cloak this time, so Widowmine into tank Banshee is the play for Maru.
Yeah, we'll see if this can get anything done. They don't normally get insane probe damage like they once did. Protoss players much better at dealing with them, much easier to know that they're coming as well, since they do notify you.
Nigel comes in.
Try to go for the pull again, and he's not going to be in time.
The Nigel, Jesus,
will be able
gets
to
a
pull them
stalker.
back. He's so good at that, being able to consistently pull back the targeted ones and make sure it doesn't get dragged onto the massive amount of probes that are moving over to the other base. So nice hold.
Then herO, calm down, and Maru this time saves his medevac. He saves the medevac, he saves the Widowmines, he can always go in for another drop.
That was insane. It's so high risk to try to kill that with the workers.
Yeah.
Because if you mistime it, you just like basically lose the game.
Or if
right?
you just click the wrong probe when you're trying to pull it back,
Yeah.
you literally will lose every single probe because it drags over.
So in this game, you know, we're seeing the powering on two bases. It's double racks, factory, starport. He's going to have Banshees with the group. He may use the Banshees to just pair with the push.
Yeah, so very committed here by Maru. He moves out across the map. He's going for a stimulus push, and he pulls up, boys. Two base all in at Maru. And remember, herO, he's distracted by the drop right now. Like, he doesn't have everything he needs to slow this down. hero's in trouble.
Putting all of his bets into this one push. He's going to make a couple SCVs behind it to potentially transition if this goes well enough, but he wants to end the game with this attack. The Banshee getting almost picked off. Nice to micro back. Can repair that up with those SCVs, but forced to siege in the middle of the map. This is slowing.
Oh my god,
down.
massive
Exactly
shots.
What herO needs to do.
herO
Unfortunately loses a forward stalker there.
Yeah,
as
loses
well.
two more stalkers,
He
three
drops some
stalkers.
stalkers. Heroes looking
That might just be game, by the way.
Shield comes down here. Another stalker's picked
That
up.
might just be game. You can't afford to lose that many stalkers. The boys are being pulled. They're diving on top of the tanks. Massive tank blow is going off, and Maru, he breaks through. He breaks through the third base.
Forward blink not working out. The army supply from Maru is massive right now. 40 almost to just 10 of herO. He's trying to punish this fast third base. Widowmine's also going back in the main base, killing off probes, decimating the economy, making it much more difficult for herO to hold.
Yeah, there's a wall off here. Can he actually get rid of charge before it finishes? That
that would be
upgrade
huge.
is in that
Yeah, he
building.
will.
It's almost done. More tanks and marines are going to come
Yeah,
down.
Maru, he rallies in. He forces a cancel and charge.
I think we're going to go to game 3.
Oh my god, this is absolutely
And
ridiculous.
Maru, he cannot be stopped. And it all came down to the opener as well. Here, he was so distracted by the Reaper. He was so distracted by the bunker, by the Widowmine drop as well. Here, he was not able to scout. He was not able to slow this down. He couldn't stop this.
Pull the probes in this. Maru, can he hold?
I mean, herO's gonna try to
gets 2
out and take
tanks.
this out.
Oh
It's
my
a little
god.
unclear to me what's underneath these Banshees that are fighting. I think, yeah, there's still Marines there.
Yeah, there's still Marines, still a
got an army.
tank.
Oh my god, the Stalkers, they
Bunker's
can't do
almost
anything.
done.
The Banshees and Marines are dealt with totally fine. The tank also in the back still there. Bunker's in the front. herO is grasping at straws to be able to defend against this. Maru might be making this happen. We might be going the full distance.
Yeah,
We
I
are.
mean, this is crazy. He's gonna take it.
Here is down to 17 probes, down to 1 expansion mining. You can see here going for a counterattack, going for a backstab, but you can see Maru, he re-rallies to his natural to make sure he has an army waiting.
You take stalkers like the ones here, and you try to catch the reinforcements and just chip away at them, and then eventually you can kind of surround it and kill it off. But Maru knew that and just went, no, I'm actually not even gonna move.
He knows he's got such a game-ending damage. He knows that he can now just go ahead and kill off this third base that he ignored earlier. He can just sit on 2 bases. He didn't send every single SCV with this attack. It was just enough to make it worth it in the actual attack. herO knows it.
GG.
Maru is sending it to the last game to decide everything.
That was so sick.
Cinema.
That was. This is such a good series.
This is the best finals yet, dude. I
Yeah.
can't even believe that we're getting this.
It's so good.
Dude, I said it. I was smelling something in the air. It felt like we had to get here, and here we are. We are in the final game of this final.
I mean, this is what we all wanted, right? We all wanted go all the way to the ace match in the first series, all the way to the ace match here in the reset series as well, and it all comes down to the final game between Maru and herO. One more win, and we will be crowning our champion, who is going to join Classic, who is going to join Zound at the offline finals in December. Who's it going to be? I'm hoping for some diversity. I want to see at least 1 Terran player at the event instead of triple Protoss, but we'll see. Let's go. Game 3, Magnetic North.
No, we're not. We're gonna go right into game 3. Okay.
Thank God.
All right. No breaks on this train, Tasteless. We are sending it all the way. Magnetic North going to be the last
Is that Protec and
map
Gemini?
of the tournament to decide who takes everything. Is it herO? Are we going to have a third Protoss in the offline finals? Or is Maru actually going to make it? He's going to come all the way through the lower bracket and actually make this work.
This is crazy. These games have been so
The guy who
good.
posts the
They're also
Protoss
different
walls,
from each other, too.
he
Every game is so unique.
Gemini, he posts wall of guides. He also organizes the All Things Protoss team league. He's a big part of the All Things Protoss Reddit. Like, he does a lot for the community. Does a lot.
So here we go, guys.
Does some
Game
casting as
3 is
well.
loaded up. This is the last game of the RSL Season 3. The last game online, because the offline match is just around the corner. Let's get into it and find out who is going to be the Season 3 champion. In the top right is Maru. In the bottom left is herO. And real quickly, this was one of the maps that Maru was doing that one base build on, right?
He did the proxy Hellion drop on this map.
Oh, okay,
he
that's
proxied
right.
the Starport and did a Hellion drop that did pretty good damage, and then he followed up with a Cloaked Banshee follow-up as well that did just insane
Gemini
damage.
remembers.
Maru, herO just left
Look
the
at him
game
go.
before the attack even made its way. So, yeah, that was what happened earlier on in this best of 7 on this map. And look again where this SCV is going. He's doing it again. He realized last game that he didn't actually get a benefit from this proxy. He
Okay,
knew
going
that
for
herO
the
did
fake
not scout,
proxy
so
Rex,
he's
and this
like,
time
okay,
herO
I'm
scouting.
gonna do it again. I didn't actually find the
He's
value
going for
I
the
was
mind
looking for.
game.
Sure, I got the Reaper in the bunker, but now I can potentially do it again.
Oh,
and by the way-
let's go!
Oh my God.
Dude, how can it get
Let's
this good?
go,
This is big.
papi, let's go.
Okay, so there's a lot
Es
to
the
unpack here.
hero.
We don't have a lot of time, so let me get into it. Maru is recycling the strategy from game 2 because it never actually did anything because herO didn't scout him. Some games, they don't scout you.
Yeah.
All right? There's a lot of different ways to play StarCraft. Now, he's doing that. In some ways, that's brilliant from Maru. However, this game, herO is proxy gating. And so, you know, when you're getting rushed, you know, because right now Maru's faking a rush. herO's literally rushing.
He's doing it.
And this means that Maru's barracks is in a really odd location. So this is, I would say right now, a very uneven matchup.
So the scariest thing about what's happening right now is that in a standard game, hold on, in a standard game, when you're up against a proxy, when you're defending against a proxy, which herO is committing, you would typically have some stronger SimCity on top of the ramp. But here the Rax is fake proxy, so it won't be a part of that SimCity. It means that the ramp is going to be a little bit weaker, the add-on's going to be exposed, and we'll see what herO can get done here as he does hit that ramp, as right now there is an opening, at least without an add-on. And if you go for an add-on, that means there's no factory-based unit, there's no Hellion, there's no Cyclone. We'll see how hard this hits.
Yeah, now he knows that he's being rushed. He doesn't know how far out
Yeah, now Maru knows. He
the
scouts.
launching pad for the attack is, but he knows it's inbound here.
Bunker in the
See if he
mineral
lifts
line,
the
interesting.
barracks off. I'm always curious in moments like this how you handle this. He's going to throw a bunker down in his main.
I wonder if he
Smart
thinks
move.
that's going to be. I wonder if he thinks that's like a
Oh,
proxy Oracle.
he thinks
Yeah.
it's a Stargate. 'Cause
Yeah, he's checking for
left side of the map.
Stargates.
It's fair. He
Misread
doesn't
out of
have a
Maru.
read on this yet.
So Maru believes the Stargates. That's why he's checking on the top side of the map. That's why he went for the bunker.
On the right-hand side, so he should know that the gateway is what is proxied and
Now he
it is
knows.
over on the right. So he kind of has put.
But the
these
bunker's
pieces
not gonna
together.
help.
He's also feeling safe now to throw his command center down in his main base as well, and then use the Cyclone to defend.
So, I think Maru lives, but
Yeah.
he's gonna have a hard time getting a base up. Meanwhile, herO can just expand.
Yeah, they're just going to both play it safe. At
Yeah,
the
so from here, Hero is going to be expanding. As was mentioned, Maru is stuck on one base, and we'll see when Maru can finally expand and get his natural, as Hero should be able to contain.
Crazy stuff or anything like that. The Reaper will eventually
Ah!
get chased down and killed. Eventually, there we go.
eventually.
Yeah, tries to get away.
Thought for a second it might actually sneak past there, but does get the scout on the follow at Twilight, which is very important because normally Twilight is very normal, but in a game like this where there is a proxy gate, you really kind of can't expect what the follow-up might be. It might be another Stargate. It might be a Stargate on the map or something like that. You really can't know after how many games these guys have played against each other recently.
Yeah.
Charge. Okay.
So,
Going for charge instead of blink tells us one of two things. One, if Maru goes for a 2-base all-in, then Hero's going to have a much stronger defense. On top of that, Hero can have a much stronger defense. On top of that, Hero can turn that defense into an offense. I don't like the idea of Hero going for a charge timing up into the natural, but, I mean, Maru's been going for non-stop 2-base all-ins this series, right? Like, we've gotten, like, one kind of macro game on Celestial Enclave. Outside of that, Maru's been hyper-aggressive, so I think this is a really good read here from Hero. It's a good way to approach Maru.
when you scout the Twilight, you're thinking Blink. Okay, now Blink and Charge are extremely different, and Charge, the Zealots will overwhelm, whoever's down there. And he's going to take out the
gets the
tech
tech lab.
So this is pretty crazy.
That will delay the second tank.
Remember, well, he's going to have to obviously remake that somewhere, but that's going to be less tanks.
Yeah, that's going to really slow down any sort of push that maybe Maru was trying to do. It's also going to make it much more difficult to defend if Hero decides to just go full on with this charge upgrade early. He might just try to send it and just make sure that Maru can never take this natural. Initially, what the charge looks like is it's going to be something that can easily defend and make it so that way if Maru was going to go for a follow-up tank push, it's much easier to defend the actual attack with charge instead of blink. But this time, maybe he actually just tries to go super crazy with it. He is going to take a third base, so maybe realizing that it wouldn't be the best play, doesn't want to go super aggressive. Still, we'll take it a bit passive.
I like this for Hero. I don't like the idea of Hero pushing up into the ramp, so he's going to stay back home. He's going to chill, getting a third base. Robo's on the way as well. And our eyes are mainly on Maru at this point. Maru, does he pull the boys? How hard does he commit with this push?
And we're going to get that Robotech out here. Observer first.
I really wonder what he's going to follow it up with his splash damage here, that is, because the build order and just like the way all the timings work out are going to be a bit delayed. He hasn't quite gotten 4 gases just yet, so going straight into Templar would be probably a bit difficult overall. Maru looks like he will actually finally scout this gateway over on the right. So it feels like, yeah, it looks like Hero will be going into
going for the bait, going for
Colossus, what I was
Colossus.
about to say, so
Hold up. Is he moving out to attack here?
Fun fact, Colossus for the first time this series. Now, Hero, he's moving out. Hopefully he doesn't push up the ramp.
Yeah, moments that break all the rules. And maybe he's onto something with that.
Oh.
Okay.
Maru on
this is gonna be
sieges.
Right when Terran moves out?
look how scared Maru is, man. He has no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah,
where
Maru's
this
trying to
army's
bait the
gonna be.
army in.
Okay. He's going to unsiege and go for it. He's going to scan. He gets the obs. And he's like, I'm going back up here.
Hero, is he tempted? He's going for it.
Sends it.
Oof.
Okay.
What
Falls
was
back.
Oh my
Massive
God.
Tank shot as well. Oh my
yeah,
God.
bleeding off a lot of hit points and shields.
Yeah.
I
Again,
almost
it is
just
you
thought,
don't go up the
yeah,
ramp,
I'll
Bappy.
just wait. Do that.
It's
Big loss for Hero.
necessary. It's like you just wait for him to walk out. He's going to try to go for a couple tanks again, bleeding off units a little bit here and there. Hero really wanting to just meet Maru on the map no matter where he is. He's just trying to just get him stalled at any point. The Banshee randomly coming over on the left-hand side as well, but luckily a battery.
No
made in
stim.
preparation
Oh,
and
didn't
nice
even realize, but
response
no
from
stim
Hero
here for Maru.
to move those over so he doesn't lose anything.
So he's got 4 gates about to
Still on the
finish.
way.
So he's packing a punch here, man.
Here we go. The boys are
Oh
being
my
pulled.
God.
2-base all
Maru's
in.
going
No
all in.
surprise.
Pulled his workers. He's going to use these workers to
Again, it's
tank
been almost
all
nothing but 2-base all ins out of Maru.
repair
Let's
as well.
go.
I think Hero saw it with the hallucination as well. He made an extra sentry, which will be used for some force fields and some guardian.
But Hero,
shields
can he
to-
stop this?
To defend this push. Maru once again
He's
putting
got force fields?
everything on the line to make this push work.
Yeah,
Pulls
now
away in
he's
time.
just trying to force sieges, and it did work. He forced a tank.
He has Zealots behind the army to catch reinforcements.
Does he fake this?
No, this can't be real.
Does he go
Oh
home?
my god,
He's gonna send
faking
them
it.
back?
That's insane. Stim isn't done yet. He
Ugh.
can't actually do anything. Luckily for
Oh.
herO, he
Yeah,
was
no
setting up
Stim.
a flank with a couple of Zealots, so he actually gets the scout that this was being a fake by Maru. And look at him now. Maru's like, do I actually commit?
Guys, do I
Is there an
fake out
army
the
here?
fake? Yeah.
Oh my god, the mind games in this game is ridiculous.
So wait a minute. What, did he forget Stim?
I don't think he did. I think
No, he did.
I'm actually not sure.
Stim was forgotten.
This is okay. Something is really off about
So
this because
Gemini's trying to portray something. I would say this was not meant to be a fake out. It's just that Maru, once he realized he had no Stim, he went back home. So Maru's in a really rough position here, as his all-in is heavily delayed. Now Stim is done.
Okay. What does he do? Is he going to commit?
Yeah,
He's
now he
moving
pulls the
out.
boys.
The boys are pulled again.
Oh my
He sent those
God.
SCVs back. They didn't even mind.
Like again, it was never meant to be a fake out. It's just he missed his timing because he had no Stim.
He's gonna try to meet him on the map. This choke point is so tiny. He's using force fields
Nice
to try
force
and limit
fields.
this unit's count before it can actually get across. I love this positioning from herO on this map.
All herO has to do is stop this attack, and he's in the finals.
His
If Mar-
army is huge.
Yeah, his army is so massive.
Just play it safe, herO. Just play it
The
safe.
Immortals are getting
Kite back.
stuck in the front. This can be a problem here. If you drop those,
Goes one immortal. One immortal goes down. Tanks are sieging. herO, can he get on top of the tanks? He's trying. The immortals are pushing in. One tank goes down. Two tanks go down. There's two
Maru,
left.
he's cleaned out the zealots on the front line. The tanks trying to get with those
herO
immortals
holds.
as well, trying to kill those off. The
herO, he's waiting for an extra weapon of zealots, and there's only two tanks remaining. Only two tanks. That should not be enough. Here comes herO. He's diving on the army, diving on the final two tanks. He gets both of them, and now there is 0 tanks left.
The bio continues to be the ones that are killing.
That's
And more SCVs
more
coming
boys.
across as well. This is not going to stop for Maru.
The final setup, boys.
I don't know,
Pappy.
man. It feels like there's almost as many stalkers as there are Marines here. The Immortals are eating some
Gets
shots.
another immortal.
You know,
True.
at some point in time, you can actually lose.
But
these
again,
Immortals
this is the
because
final
they're not
army. The
fighting
final couple of
against,
Marines
tanks
here
or
gets
anything
one
else
more
like
immortal.
that.
There's
The
one
SCVs
immortal
come
left.
down. Dude, I think hero's held it.
herO
Oh my
pulls
God,
his
he's
own
pulling his
boys.
Probes, SCVs, it doesn't matter. Everything getting pulled to the front line. herO realizes
Yeah, and the final army
that
for
he's got
Maru.
this in his grasp. Feedback
micring his heart out.
onto the medevac to deny any more healing, because that's what's so important at this point. The bio is so weak, as the bio is trying to just kill any last unit, but he's forced to pick up and run away. Maru trying to recoup in the middle of the map.
He's going to set up a tank here in the middle.
Tank does siege, true, but Zealots they come in to reinforce.
He's going to target
Gets
the
an
tank,
immortal,
and the
but he gets a
is gonna
tank as
fall.
well.
There's like only 5 Marines here. And there's just enough.
Ah, the immortal.
I think he's lost the game. It's 19 workers for Maru.
Yeah, but with that, the all-in has failed. The all-in has failed. Maru, he pulled the boys twice, and again, Maru, he forgot Stim. Like, we did point it out at the time as well. It was shocking to see, but Stim was forgotten. He did have a second tech lab. He was not using it. It was not intentional. That's why he pulled the boys the first time, and him going back home wasn't intentional. It wasn't like he was trying to fake out herO. It's that he had forgotten his upgrade, and he missed his timing. He missed the timing, he missed the window, and with that, herO is running away with it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure Maru quite realizes the economic situation he's in. Yes, he did suicide plenty of workers, but he also I think he might feel like he killed a lot of probes in the initial attack as well. I think part of it also is he just doesn't want to leave. I think he wants to try and see this out to the very end. Of course, it's been a very long series. He wants to see if there's any chance that he can bring this back as he runs over into this extra base to try and kill any probes, but a great reaction from herO, all prepared, feedback.
Maru, he's going to try to play his heart out here, of course. He's getting more Liberators to harass. And there is a chance, of course, as well, where if he can try to catch herO out of position, he can take a better fight. But hero's pushing right down the center. Yeah, he's got the Prism, he's got reinforcements. herO is going for the kill. He gets the tank.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is looking not great. I mean, I know
for the
SC
third
people,
time, the boys, let's go.
Maru realizes there's nothing left for him in this game. Units
Brings
falling
them
left
in.
and right. I think hero's done it.
I think he's done it. He's going to push it all the way back home, and then he's going to be able to kill him there. GG. herO is your season
Triple
3
Protoss.
champion.
What an insane series. I can't even believe that we got
And the
that
crowd
many
goes wild.
games. Oh my god.
What are the Protoss?
True.
That's all we ever wanted was 3 Protosses in the Final 4 for the
my.
finals.
What a game, man. What a series. What a way to end it. Just non-stop SCV and pro pulls.
GG well played. A hyper-aggressive series here out of Maru. Again, we had a little more macro in last night. If you missed it, I do recommend it. We had a little more macro, a little more late game out of Maru, and it was very impressive. That was in last night's best of 7. But this time in the rematch, we had some hyper-aggression. 1 base all-ins, 2 base all-ins, hyper-aggression from both sides as well. The closest we got to a macro game was Celestial Enclave, but even then, herO ended the game early before Maru could really set up on 3 bases. So again, just a very aggressive series overall, even 2 series with the best of 3 thereafter, but it was very close, very clutch, very exciting, a lot of variety, I should say, when it comes to the games itself. GG well played. Congratulations to herO, and now we have our 3 players confirmed for the offline finals. Who's it going to be? Classic, Zan, and herO. Triple Protoss. 3 Protoss players do advance on into the offline finals. I was hoping we could get a little bit of diversity, and there's still a chance. There's still a chance that we might get a Terran or a Zerg player in the offline finals via the qualifier. Remember, there is an offline qualifier on the 13th of December to have 1 extra player join the 3 Protosses. Whether it's Maru, whether it's Raynor, whether it's one of the other players like Shin or I almost said Classic, but Classic he's already invited, like Shin or Solar or Nightmare. True, we could get another person. Oh, Nightmare instead. We'll see, we'll find out. But again, the qualifier is going to be on the 13th, and the main event is going to be on the 14th. So back-to-back qualifier into main event. And again, congratulations to herO. I don't want to take away from the fact that he is our season champion. It's just a little bit weird because the offline finals is in a couple of weeks. So it's a little bit short-lived because it leads into a big offline event that's happening in a couple of weeks' time.
Shin Creator, Solar Gerald, Jummy, Nightmare, SOS, Percival.
Yeah,
in case you thought I couldn't read all those words, I can. Guys, that is going to be...
It says here, closed qualifier confirmed players, Maru, Kyor, Raynor, Trigger, Trigger, he's also in Korea, true, almost forgot. Bunny, Shin, Creator, Solar, Geralt, Jumi, Nightmare, SOS, and Percival. When it comes to Geralt and Jumi, for those who are unaware, Streamer Zone, which is the team for Geralt, Jumi, and SOS, Streamer Zone, they do, and Nightmare as well, they do support their players quite heavily, and they do help support players by flying them to events. So I believe Geralt and Jumi are getting some offline or getting some travel support to be able to fly to Korea to compete in the closed qualifier. So really cool to see Streamer Zone stepping in and support the players the way that they do. So yeah, we do have some foreigners, some European representation in the closed qualifier as well, which is exciting, which again, it gives a greater chance for potentially a non-Protoss. But I was thinking of Nightmare, True, SOS, Creator is a very strong player. He could also make it through as well. When it comes to Zerg representation, Shin, Solar, Raynor, right? Like there are some potential Zerg players, and of course Terran as well. One of these players will be joining the top Protosses in that offline event. Oh, here we go. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We do appreciate it. We are going to be wrapping up here for the evening. A very long cast here, 5.5 hours. Whew, gonna head off and Jesus, we're gonna be live once again in around 10 hours time. When it comes to our weekly schedule, bam, you can see it here. Actually, this is for the current week schedule. We just wrapped up with a Sunday cast, but tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. AEST, that's gonna be in 10 hours time. We're gonna be live with the OSC Rising Star tournament. We've got a lot of matches here. It's gonna be a back-to-back broadcast, 2 casts tomorrow of OSC. So be sure to be a part of that for day 4 of Rising Star number 17. We're going to be featuring players like Jumi, Baby Marine, Young Yakov, Percival, Foxer, Mute, Sebestes, and many, many others. So again, we have a lot of content, a lot of StarCraft throughout the week, a lot of StarCraft going on when it comes to Kung Fu Cup as well, Kung Fu Cup, War DTV Mondays, Pigstar Cups, and our own tournaments, the Tuna Cup as well. If you want to support us, you can do so by following us. You can see the command in the chat. Socials, we do upload on YouTube on a daily basis. So we have YouTube, we have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all things CranKy Ducklings. We upload on YouTube every single day. We stream on YouTube as well. And if you want to support us in another way, you can do so via Patreon. !Patreon in the chat. We have our own Patreon page that helps us fund our tournaments. You can help us grow our tournaments as well. Or you can help the RSL with the !RSL command. As there's also a Patreon for RSL as well. So again, a lot of crowdfunding, a lot of support to be had. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. And again, congratulations to herO for becoming our champion. Congratulations to herO. Again, a really fun, really intense series against Maru. They're both very well matched. They're very close in skill, and this time herO comes out on top. But you can see how close it was and how easily, say, Maru could have taken the series as well. Very back and forth. Very back and forth. Exciting finals. Exciting semis as well. GG. GG well played. With that, we're going to be heading off. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back in 10 hours with our next cast, or in just under 24 hours for the cast after that as well. Two cast tomorrow. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Stick around. We'll be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. I see that SortOf is live at the moment, so we'll give SortOf some love. Give him some love. Give him some support. SortOf. We'll see you then. Until then, ciao, papi, ciao. See you next time. Hasta luego.